Hello, hello. It's Goog to be. Oh, I just realized I forgot it. I knew I was forgetting something. Hold up. Hold up. It helped. Oh. Great. Oh my god, that needs to stop. Alright. We're gonna go to this screen so it doesn't show shit that I don't want shown. Ooh. I know how to do this. I've done this before. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. Now we should be good. Great. Forgot to set up the D&D cam. All right, let's go say hi to our players. Hello, players.
Hi, we were talking just a tad about Baldur's Gate. We're done now. I think.
Nice.
I don't know. But Skunky's having a good time. I'm glad.
Where are you at, Skunky?
Main run and the leading run is finishing up Act 2 currently.
Nice.
I believe.
It's just us for now.
I don't know where to go for the finale of Shadowheart's story. Like,
I'll message it to you.
I know what it's called, where to go, but not like where it is.
I'll send it to you.
Skunky deafened immediately. I was being super vague on purpose. You're good, Skunky.
There, I messaged it to you. You should be good to go.
I was gonna always be extremely vague, like, you know. Yeah.
I
bet.
Hey, look.
Skunky's just like, I'm out.
Also, I just realized it's our heist team right now because we have a few latecomers today. You guys want to go steal something from this town again?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That
amazing.
Was a fun session.
Yeah, it's quite a interesting session. How
are you feeling from your shot?
I'm feeling fine. I think if I feel anything, it's probably gonna not happen until like
in
the middle of the
when
night.
you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember how long
I'll wake up.
Takes to affect me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who gave us because we got our flu shot and the new COVID booster, and the guy at the CVS or whatever, the pharmacist who gave us the shot was like this is the best shot experience of my life. Like,
that's good.
Didn't feel it at all either shot, and I think it's because he was really good. It could also be because I'm more muscular now, but I don't know if that's a thing or not. If that meant that, like,
definitely helps if you're I've had those
maybe.
terrible ones where it hits the bone and I'm like it feels like that bump and I'm like, that bumps.
That's never happened. That's terrifying. I never want that to happen.
Yeah, I've had some people go hard on the arm and I'm like, that's not fun.
Oh yeah, where it feels like you're like, oh, yep, you made sure to stick it in there far.
But yeah, other than that, things have been going pretty well. I'm excited for my homework this week in my seminar class. I get to do the score to an animated short. So that's gonna be a lot of fun to do.
Looks fun.
Yeah, because now I finally get to we get to compose orchestral music now, which is great. Because
yeah, that's nice.
Past couple times have been first we had to do basically a rock commercial type thing, and then we had to do a jazz band thing, and then we had most recently we had to do a synth based thing, and I'm just like, when do I get to do the thing that I like to do? I'm good at.
Angel's here. Hi, Angel.
Hello.
Hey, Angel.
Welcome. See, I know
Yeah, it's just
Izzy's
Izzy's
gonna be
be late.
a little late, and that's fine. Well, we can go ahead and get started. Well, how was everyone else's week, first of all?
Eh,
Weeks.
Getting settled in has been wild.
It's been busy and then slow, and then I go to work tomorrow, and uh,
Yeah, I'm shaking the bars of my cage. I'm ready to go back to work. We've been sleeping in a lot, which is great, but
That's good.
you know. Also, apparently out here in Ohio, we got a lot of cryptids. So that's fun.
Fair.
apparently, there's one called the Black-Eyed Children, and then there's
Yep.
another called the Frogman, and
No, the lover frogman.
Real pog, dude.
Yeah, I'm totally not
Today is-
making those things in D&D.
Today is my partner and I's 13th anniversary, so we
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
Well, congratulations.
we went to a rage room.
You went to a
Hell
rage
yeah.
room. That's
Oh, that's
fucking
amazing.
funny. It's like, happy anniversary. Let's get out all of our aggression that we've built up for each other over the years in a rage room. That's funny.
No, I really want to. I want to go to one so
I want to
bad.
go one too. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, cat.
Meow. Skunky Angel, what about you two?
What about me?
How was your week?
So much school.
Kind of the usual. Nothing
All right.
of note, really.
All right.
Nothing to
Fair
report.
enough.
Boss.
Nothing as exciting as D&D on Fridays.
Yeah, my whole week's
Really?
D&D. Next week's the slow week.
Wow. Well, how about we begin with a little recap of what happened last time?
Eh.
Yeah.
Last time, this was the last session. We had already finished the boss fight against Ramirez, the
We killed it.
brigand leader. You almost killed him, but he got away. And then you guys made your way in the Grand Caravan to probably the biggest branching point of its travel, Riverton, a city in parentheses of ships that are basically like interlocked together that you can walk on from one to another over the Gloriosa River that goes down from the capital all the way, curves around the continent, and this giant bridge that you are on that could fit, like, I don't know, in theory, you know, if all the stuff was out of the way, probably 3 or 4 caravans could, like, you know, maneuver their way up and down the bridge at the same time. It's a massive bridge, and a home to a lot of just goods and knickknacks that you can get. You went shopping. You got some nice swag from Glorg's Got Goodies. You guys are too fucking smart. I try to give you dud items and you figure out a way to make them like expensive. Like that cracked gem was supposed to be like,
Yeah, we have a valuable one.
Look, you picked the wrong thing. You lost 50 gold. Oh, so you got unlucky. And then you like, what if I'm ending it? And I'm like, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
Look, it's like one time our DM in another group cast sleep on us, and most of us were elves.
Tragic.
We were like,
He forgot, and then he's like, "I put a sticky note on my computer.
I
You
put a
can never
sticky
forget
note."
again."
Well,
Well, it changed the entire encounter.
Yeah. You also got some nice items from the Ship-Shape Shop, run by Tortellini, the Italian
yes.
turtle. The Italian turtle man. Favorite of everyone.
Italy exists.
Yes. Yes, he's brilliant. Oh, you also bought some drugs. You bought drugs. We can't forget that. You guys, some of you have some edibles in the form of fruit leather. Which I think Gel gave 3 3 of them to her new pet, the picnic basket mimic.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be drawing him soon.
Oh yeah, whatever you want.
Biscuit.
Biscuit
He
will
can
get-
Biscuit can have a token or not, whatever you would like. And in the middle of all this, you heard the cry for help from a familiar frenemy. Everyone's favorite, Diego Umbra Maximilian Byron Alexander Santiago Sterling,
Mm.
the dumbass. Adventurer,
Yeah.
who was being accosted by some druid cultists. This is the first time I think you guys have seen openly a band of druid cultists, not just like individuals, on their own, like you faced when you were in Flores, for example. So it seems as if perhaps this cult is slowly going more and more into the daylight, and perhaps they'll be seen more as time goes on. But regardless, you decided to help your friend, and you prevented the druid elite cultist from escaping, killing him and rescuing this strange map that Diego had in his possession. Turns out the golden idol was hollow and had a map inside of it, which Diego found out on accident. But getting this map, he was able to negotiate a peace between the party to at least bring him along for the ride in terms of going after these treasures that are marked on the map. And for her, at least for now, I would say a comfortable peace. I mean, you're not really threatened by Diego. And, he'd probably follow you regardless of you saying yes or no to him. So this is probably the easiest way, barring just killing him. And that's, I believe, where we left off. So let's see. Now that you have some time, and I would say, well, this is right after the fight. You've had this conversation, and it's been, maybe a couple minutes now post-fight. There are bodies on the ground. People are slowly, coming up from the ships below to see what's going on. Do you guys want to just stay out here talking, or do you want to just go back to your caravan? There's not really an official police force here or anything like that, because this town's not a real town. It's just a bunch of merchant vessels that found a great place that to sell their goods, because I mean the great bridge sort of leads from here. It splits off to various southern settlements, including Campion, and then north goes straight to the capital. So anyone headed south is probably headed through here. But while it's a great place to maybe one day form a city, right now is just a bunch of boats and merchants on a bridge. But you are starting to get the attention of other people. What would you guys like to do?
We should probably go, but before we do we want to take this individual's what's left of him with us so that she can speak with dead later, or
Are we gonna decapitate another person?
no? I mean, we can take the whole body if you want.
I'm not
When
sure
did we
if that's
decapitate
better.
someone? When did
I
we
feel like we
decapitate someone?
have at some point.
No, we haven't. I've talked about it.
Oh, that's much better then.
Yeah. No, we could take the whole body, but we'd have to act fast.
All right, where's the sack?
I'm not going to be carrying him.
Oh,
I
I would offer to carry him, but
Oh, you're gonna
knees
carry him?
aren't great. I
I'm
could
so
drag
proud
him.
of you,
I could
Diego.
drag
I'm
him.
so proud of you.
What?
carrying your weight to be our best friend, most valuable asset to carry all the.
I don't
heavy
think I can
things.
carry him. I could drag him, but there might be. He starts to drag him a bit. And you just see like a giant streak of blood like behind him. Like, oh, that's
Too much blood.
we might
Um,
be easy to follow if I'm picking him up this way. If I'm dragging him.
mm,
I mean,
I
we
don't
just
know.
have to get him back to the caravan so we can all kind of help.
yeah,
I mean, if someone helps me,
Alright.
I think I can carry him. Just need a little help.
I'll help.
Is there like
Right.
a
Look at
tarp
the
or
irons, I
something
can
we can like
probably-
wrap him in?
Yeah,
You could
I-
probably pretty easily like haggle someone for like 5 gold for a tarp if you want. Because
Yeah, hey, we
there's
need this for
tons
no
of
reason.
shipping stuff going on here, and people are like, like, all right, just get these bodies out of here. They're just like, some
Yeah.
people are in shock. Some people just want to see. Some people are interested.
I like that the consensus is just like, we don't care what you do, just clean up after yourself.
Kind of.
Honestly,
Well, it seemed
get it.
like it was pretty clear to everyone that druids were attacking, and while not all druids are bad, these seem to be like bad druids, and there are some who think all druids are bad, and so they're just like,
Mhm.
great, job well done, less druids in the world, and others are just like, man, this is like not gonna look good for other druids, that kind of thing, like.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's act fast.
All right, I would say you don't even need to roll, especially with 2 of you helping. You guys are all able to get back to the caravan, and while you're there, I'm just gonna group everybody together. For the time being, we can just stick on this map.
Fair.
But we'll say that we're on the caravan now. What would you guys like to do now that you have this body? Lady Dawnsinger would probably either heard the commotion, saw the commotion, something like that, or quickly was informed of what happened, and sort of like looks at your party from a distance, and like sort of get like that visual like eye contact, like everything okay, what's going on. But as long as someone gives her like the thumbs up, she's gonna be like, all right, whatever, not a big deal to her. At
Mhm.
least.
Look, this happens in the world of D&D.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta take a body to interrogate later.
indeed.
Also, before we go, like, can I try and nab a cloak off of one of the cultists?
Yeah, easily.
Yep. That'll
We'll
come in
say
handy for
you probably
interrogation.
need some repairing, like some sewing done, but you could easily find somebody in the caravan who's able to do that. Just wash the blood off of it, do a little bit of sewing. You could,
Hey, Clove, cast mending.
that works
Or
too.
that.
I don't think I was the one with mending.
Oh, who was the one
It
with
was
mending? Was it she?
she.
Oh, yeah, she. Can you cast mending?
Do I have mending?
Someone
I
had
don't
it.
have
Has
it.
mending.
I don't have it prepared. I think that was Oleandra that did it.
Was it Oleandra? Let me
Let me
see.
see.
All right, Oleandra, what are your cantrips? Oleandra has mending.
Our whole
All right,
whole group
Oleandra
being
can
like,
get mended. Yeah.
"Do you
Okay.
have mending? Who here had mending?"
Oleandra
been a while.
had it. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
one
yeah,
of
no,
you guys
that'll-
had it, or you guys are back out of that. You no longer have that gem.
Yeah, but I'll look at them. This will come in handy for when we talk to him. So if we're obscured and we look like one of his own.
Should we grab all of them? Do we all need one?
Whoever's talking to him is the only one that needs it.
Yeah, I don't think a cloak would, hide the centaurness very much.
Oh, are we trying to trick him? I can just, turn into whatever.
Yeah.
She, do you have Speak with Dead prepared?
No, that's
to
why
do it
we're
tomorrow.
taking the body.
Right,
'Cause I'll
okay.
grab it tomorrow.
So now we get into something interesting. So I'm gonna roll a D4.
Okay.
And this is gonna be how long you have before this body turns. Because if you
Ooh.
remember,
Turns.
yes,
That's
remember
right.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's right.
iterants, yeah. bodies don't just stay dead forever. There's a reason why everybody's cremated.
Oh yeah.
So 1d4. So this will be the number of chances you get. Although I'd have to look at Speak with Dead to see if you even get more than one chance. He doesn't like you. Let's see.
As long as we're disguised, that's usually the best way to do it.
That
'cause,
is-
like, if you're-
I don't think even it matters. I think it's just Speak with Dead.
Where's she
well, they
at?
can choose to be like hostile. Like that's the memory, and if we're the guys that killed him. So
It doesn't
Yep.
have to answer. So.
yeah, it doesn't have to answer. So sometimes it's best to disguise yourself as a friendly.
All right. It looks like
yeah,
you might
yeah.
have just one shot at this. Speak
It's like a day.
with Dead. Yes.
Yeah,
so
because
you-
it's once every 10 days.
Makes sense.
Oh well, then yeah, then you definitely. Then I didn't even need to roll. You only had the one chance because you definitely turned by then. So the next day, you're traveling. You decide, this is the time to do it. You prepare Speak with Dead. Yeah, and this is gonna be your one shot at it. And before you're like, okay, we have to burn the body, or we're gonna have an iterate in our carriage.
Who wants to head the interrogation?
Well, maybe one of us should, like Marlo, do his disguise thing and look like a druid, and be like,
He could
My
look like
friend.
Insatra.
"Why?"
Oh, no,
he
not
the-
Insatra. Helhana.
Like to get information.
Hmm
Was he the last one that we killed?
Yeah, he was the last one we killed.
I think you guys hunted down some underlings.
Yeah, we killed some of the underlings and some of them ran. I think.
So there's so as far as dead persons, awareness, like he could have had some allies that still survived.
That's true. And we have the cloak,
That's true.
so you could hide. Like one of us could hide under your cloak and say, "Hey, boss, we need to go over information because
Yeah, I just know Marlo can disguise self. That's why I was like, "Oh,
we get 5 questions, so we gotta figure out what
Yeah.
those are."
We'll start.
let's see here. I think
I'll let
maybe
you
like-
guys start planning what you want to ask, and in the meantime, we're gonna do a few things at once here. So while you guys are doing that, Clove, as we're traveling, this is the time for you to make me some checks to finish that book of yours and start
Oh,
rolling to see if
yeah.
you get your intelligence boosted. So
Smart boy.
What check would you have me roll, sir?
it will of course be Arcana.
Oh my goodness! Well, don't even need to ask me because I'm just gonna. Wait.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like week by week, give you advantage on the roll. The DC for this is going to be 25 or a nat 20. And you get advantage.
Refreshing because it froze. You wanna
It
do
froze
something
up.
while
Well,
I
no,
reboot?
no intelligence for you.
That's fine. All right, well, let's go to Firefox instead. If you want to do something while I fix this, that's cool.
So we should probably ask what the significance of the map is. For one.
Do we
Yeah.
still have the map? Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Like obviously it leads somewhere, but maybe we want to ask something along the line of like, what use do they have for it?
Why do you
Yeah.
want the
Why
map?
did they want it? Yeah.
What's
Why
the
don't the map?
what's the
Did you
what's
just
the
nat
group's
20 on your first fucking try?
Let's
Nat 20
go!
plus 8, actually.
Wow.
So
Huzzah!
You didn't even
Huzzah!
roll advantage.
I don't
Jesus
need it.
fucking okay. Well, here. All right. Well,
I'm a speed reader.
He's eating those pages like no
well,
one's business.
congratulations. Your intelligence is now 20. You are the smartest.
Woohoo!
You are the smartest four-legged animal you know.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
My brain's so big.
Don't worry, I'll make my way up there with my. I gotta get
Clove,
up
you
there with
feel
my
you feel
17.
your horns separating more as your brain expands.
Oh no!
When
Uh,
you have the time, you can update my character sheet on Foundry to reflect that check.
Should already be done.
Oh, beautiful.
Probably just have to close and open it again.
Close.
That was quick.
Well,
Harvey,
Uh,
do you know what you're gonna ask?
I think one of them should be what is our group's goal? Like, what is our order's, like, what's our clan's goal? Like, as one of them? Like, what is the ultimate plan? That's one I think we should ask.
Yeah,
what were they
that's not a bad idea.
doing here?
Well, what is the map for? Because we know why they were there. They were there for the map.
Oh yeah, to get the map.
So, like, what's the map for? What is our group's ultimate goal? Do you know anything about what happened in Campion? That could be a good one.
That's fair.
Okay.
So, like,
And then
what?
save the last one to build off the answers.
I think so. Like, save those few.
Works for me.
Sure.
What happened in Campion? Do you know, like, what happened in Campion? What is the map for?
My brain's so big.
It's that episode of Jimmy Neutron where Sheen becomes uber intelligent.
You guys have your 5 questions?
We have, I think we have 3, and then we're
I
gonna
think that was
move on.
3.
Yeah,
Wait.
and then we'll probably get more questions based on whatever answers we get.
And the answers.
All right, so tell me what you're doing to prepare this Speak with Dead.
Who wants to ask the questions?
Can it be any of us?
It can. You just cast it.
Yeah.
Cool. Just double checking.
Let's not do an
Well,
honor
she
among
at
thieves
least is
situation.
gonna like set out the body and put out some like little candles or whatever else he's got.
Well, in that case, let me
Let me get my suspense
let me play
music.
some appropriate music.
Melvin, get out of here. Everywhere I go, I hear his voice.
Oh, I can prepare one more spell now.
That is
You
correct.
sure can.
Let's go!
I think the most appropriate music is our pre-stream music.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, who is now? Does the person who cast the spell have to be the one asking the question?
Nope. It could be anyone.
I mean, the spell says you as implying the caster, so however you want to play it, I guess.
Allowing
DM.
it to answer the
Yeah.
questions you pose. I would say she has to take the lead on this.
Okay.
All right. So in that case, I will grab the.
Diego
I'll at
drags
least-
the body across the caravan. Blood somehow still pouring out, not congealed.
Put on
for
the
some reason.
cloak.
Oh, sorry, it's just
Yeah.
getting everywhere, isn't it? Puts it right next to she. There you go.
I will at least put on the cloak, even though I'm not really that inconspicuous. But you know.
We'll hide your face as best we can. We'll make it dark, like it's dim
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, we can wait until it's like dark evening or whatever.
He's the fragment of a dead dude. What's it gonna be like? Ah, I see you. He can't make inside jokes.
I mean, if he doesn't trust us, he doesn't have to answer. So.
That's true. Yeah, but I think we got it.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything, I think, to disguise myself beyond that. So, we're gonna see if this works.
Eh.
All right, cool. And then the questions are: do we care about the order of the questions? Do we think?
We could save what is our group's ultimate goal for last.
Okay. What do we want to start with? The map?
Yep,
Yeah,
what is
what's
the map for?
Mm-hmm. Excellent. What's the map for what happened in Campion?
Yeah, what is the map for? What happened in Campion? What is our group's ultimate goal?
2 flex questions based on answers.
Mm-hmm. And like we saved some
Excellent.
space.
Sounds good. All right, cool. I
All
will.
right, so you're
Now,
throwing
do
the
you-
cloak over yourself. You're trying to obscure yourself into darkness.
Yes.
Do your most ominous voice.
All right,
Shui.
You're still a bird person, but you've done
Yeah.
quite a bit to disguise yourself. So we're gonna roll a bit of a luck roll here. We're gonna roll D100. I say you've done a pretty good job here. So we're gonna
Yeah.
say, and my music was not on repeat. Hold on 1 second. We're looping. Now we're looping. I'm gonna
I
say.
wonder if we could minor. Does anyone have minor illusion? Like put shade over She's face under the hood or something like that.
Let me see. Oleandra cannot help with this.
I could backlight them with a light spell.
I've
So
got
it's
like
just
Oh,
my,
that's
silhouette.
like,
true.
scarf that I keep around like my like shoulders. I can like hand that off to she.
That might
to,
be
like,
good.
You can wrap the
Ooh,
you
yeah.
can like wrap that around.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Sure, okay.
I will. Yeah, I'll wrap the
Here's what
scarf
I'll
around.
say. I'm gonna roll a
It smells like
D100.
moth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want a 15 or lower. Anything else, you're good. It's all luck now.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That is tragic.
Well, we can keep casting it. Oh, wait, no, we can't.
No, we
We just-
can't.
So
You can still
we just-
cast it, but you know your answers may
he's gonna be withholding.
Yes.
We could try and incite a corpse. Let's go.
Let me check this guy's stats here.
Well, because it's not him anymore. It's the fragments of his soul. It's like
Yeah.
the memory ingrained on the
Yeah.
body, not the person.
Sorry.
All right, I think I know what I'm gonna do here.
Okay.
Please continue your speak with dead, because you guys don't know in character anything's up.
Yeah.
But
Just do your most
Yeah.
ominous voice, She. Really sell the bit. Perform for us.
Alright. So she is going to very ominously, he's very backlit, and so trying his best to keep his face at least in shadow. And he's gonna spread out his arms over the body and cast his spell. And I assume that it will take hold.
it takes hold, and you see this dead druid's eyes sort of begin to glow this like pale blue light, and he goes.
Alright, and after I see that, I'm gonna go, alright. Hello again, comrade. Tell me, what was the map for?
I'm gonna roll a thing private here. No, don't do that. Okay. You ask your question, and you see the corpse sort of writhe just ever so slightly as it inhales to answer you without its lungs expanding. And you hear, "For my master."
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
That can open up a question of who's your master, but I feel like we know that it's no, actually we don't. Panther is only a maybe.
Alright.
Do you know what happened in Campion? Is how we should
Yes,
work that
that's
next one.
Thank you. Do you know what happened in Campion?
No.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Hi, Cat. I don't need you over here right now. She's so
Come on, man, I wa-
cute. She's
I
so
want to practice
cute.
necromancy.
Yeah, you know, cats and necromancy just go together.
Yeah, necromancy.
Necromancy.
Alright.
So that opens up two questions that we could possibly ask. Well, actually, one more question. We could ask. No, I think that's a dumb question. Never mind. I was gonna say, do we have any, like, moles in Campion? But if he doesn't know anything about Campion, then. The other one is, who is your master? Like, who is our master?
Mm-hmm.
What
I like
who is-
that
what is
one.
the name of our master? Yeah.
What's the name of our master? Yep.
What is the name of our master?
Once again, you see the figure. It's like you feel / kind of hear him inhale, but there's no movement of his lungs or his body. Just. I do not know his name. He is only to me the abandoned one.
That answers. That's a good answer.
Oh, that's an
That's
answer.
sick. That
You've
gives us
heard
that gives
this.
us a lead.
You've heard the name the abandoned one before
Yep, with Helhana, right?
with Helhana.
That's right.
And then what is our ultimate goal?
Interesting.
Like, what's
Yeah.
our group's ultimate goal?
Yep.
Or what is our master's ultimate goal? If you know it.
What is the abandoned one's ultimate goal?
Salvation.
Ominous.
That's not creepy at all.
Alright. Time to burn
Uh,
this fucker.
You have one more
We've got-
question.
We have one more, right?
No,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, you're right. We have one more.
We have 5.
Oh.
I was thinking how the abandoned one communicates with them, or where the abandoned one is, maybe.
Yeah,
Yep.
like how do you get your orders?
Mhm.
Where's headquarters?
Oh, that's a good one.
Where is our grove?
Mm.
His druids' groves?
Yeah, yeah.
Or their yeah.
Okay, I'll ask that then. Where is our group's headquarters?
With the final question, you see the corpse now begin to writhe as the last bit of power, energy from your spell is sucking the information out of him. And he responds with, where the gods were banished.
Oh. Ominous. Can I make
That's
a
not
history check
creepy
on
at all.
that? Like a history of religion?
no
Oh.
need even for that, because she would know from a vision. She
Ooh.
in your trial of wisdom, or what-
Mhm.
not
Right.
of the soul, you saw where this happened. You know what this place looks like from the inside.
But do I know where it is?
You don't. You only saw it's basically like a dark cave that seemed to descend down for quite a bit before it opened up into what you roll me a history check, and because of how eventful this whole thing was, I'll give you advantage on your history check.
Mhm.
History. Okay, advantage?
Yep.
That.
It's not bad.
Alright.
You can guide yourself if you want.
I already rolled.
Let's see here. So basically, all you remember, your vision didn't show you the outside. So unfortunately, you don't know where in Kano this place is, but you do know that this cave seemed to be carved out for the purpose of this ritual. This was not a natural occurring place or cave. These steps were carved out, and then the altar in which you saw Hoa being sacrificed upon was created by either Ladar or Ladar's minions / people who worked for him. Yeah, and all you remember seeing like it full of like arcane light, but you know, with a 15, your focus wasn't really on the cave itself. It was on like all the fuckery going on there. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you remember like, you know, a dark stone, but like you know, if push came to shove, you're like probably wouldn't be able to identify even what kind of stone it was, because that's just not where your attention was.
Yeah.
You know, but
Fair
you
enough.
know, you think that if you started walking down those stairs, you would recognize them, though.
Mhm.
Like it's just on the cusp of your memory. If that makes sense.
Mm.
Perfect.
All right, and with your last question, the light in the druid's eyes fades away once more, and the body is at rest.
Okay.
Time to burn
Follow
it.
up. Follow
All
up
right,
question.
we're burning it. All right. He
Before-
throws a torch
before
on it
you burn
immediately
it-
in the middle of the
Wait,
caravan.
wait.
He's like, "Oh wait, oh sorry,
No,
oh,
wait.
putting it out. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I apologize.
Would I know if gentle repose stops that from happening?
If gentle repose stops
The iterant process?
the iterant
Yes.
process, let me look at gentle repose, because it might, or at least give you more time. Preserve the duration. Can't be. It's also I would say if you wanted to gentle repose, roll me. All of you can roll me Arcana or History checks. Now we're close to some really interesting shit right now.
Any advantage because it's undead with my Hunter's Bane?
No,
You said Arcana or History?
correct.
One day my Hunter's Bane will prove useful.
Do History.
Can I guidance somebody?
The thing that lets me
You sure
tell
can.
information about Faith.
Cool. I'll guidance whoever the
Well,
hell has the
Dimitri,
best intelligence.
Dimitri, I'll give you that advantage.
No, I'm good.
No. You're
Yeah, because Hunter's Bane is Fae Fiend Undead History or like tracking, like
Mhm.
Arcana History Investigation are the rolls.
go ahead and roll again. Let's see if you roll higher. Okay,
The dice
I would
sometimes
say
with
I would say with your expertise of, you know, Fae Fiends Undeads, this is one of the interesting puzzles of the aftermath. Because Gentle Repose works to an extent. It can extend how long it takes for the corpse to change, but it cannot ultimately prevent it. Because the iterants aren't exactly undead. They're just something new.
I don't like that.
And I would say
So
with
for
that
practicality's
20,
yeah.
that kind like you've never really thought that hard about this interaction. Well, because first of all, it's not really come up too many times. Usually, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
enemy killed it, burn body, move on. Because
Yeah.
that's just been the norm.
Yeah.
But now that you're spending time to think about it, with your 20, you know, all of this happens because to some extent, you know, the miasma, you know, everyone has a bit of it in them, you know, you spend, a moment, even if it's a moment outside of, protection. That's all, it takes for like, a little bit of it to creep in. If it's not causing you to become a zombie, then what the hell is even makes you think, well, now this begs the question, what is miasma? Because the miasma is the cause of basically all your problems. All your problems would be well, maybe not all, but a lot of problems would be solved if the miasma was not around. And as from everything that that you've been, told in your history classes, or just knowing that, when there were people lived on flying cities and stuff, they didn't have this issue. They, like, you even saw with the Tome Seekers, they had coffins that came from the flying cities. So people didn't have to be cremated then. So you can infer people have to be cremated now because the miasma turns them into iterants. But the iterants aren't... They're like undead in that they're using a dead body, but somehow aren't?
Interesting. So for practicality's sake, mostly, would Gentle Repose let us cast Speak with Dead again?
I would give you one more shot with it before you have to hedge your bet. Call it quits.
Cool. So then the follow-up question is, do we have other questions to ask this guy?
I mean, we didn't quite get when we asked what the map was for, he said he took it as the corpse took it as like who are we meant to give it to, but like maybe like the purpose, maybe like
what does the map lead to? Probably would have been
circle back to like what does that lead to? Where to do.
We have a few questions like where is we could be like, where is the place the gods were banished? Aside from like, we can probably do some downtime and like try and do some research or reading or whatnot, make some rolls.
Why don't if you guys want to check out the map, why don't you guys roll me let's call it investigation checks. Yes, you can all take your long rest as needed.
Are we examining the map?
This is for examining the map.
So can we do survival or investigation? To read a map?
To survival, to read the map. Let me...
I got a pretty high number.
Check.
You did.
With my new brain power.
1 second here, I'm just checking something. I don't think survival quite works. Survival's more for like tracking and, and well, let's see. Has anyone rolled investigation checks yet?
I did.
Clove, with your 21, you would notice right away. This is an old fucking map. Like, there's nothing on here. It doesn't show like the capital. Doesn't show any cities. It just shows kind of basic topography. There's not even roads. So it's a little difficult to figure out where things are ish to a degree, if that makes sense. That being said, there is enough interesting unique topography near you guys that you can make an educated guess where some of the locations are on the map. Some you can narrow down better than others.
Question about the map. Does it seem like, oh, there's an X marks the spot somewhere, or a path that's drawn on the map, or is it just geography?
There are locations drawn on the map. There are areas on the map circled, and there is. And there appears to be like one or two words written underneath the various locations.
Are there
But you
words I
do not
can-
recognize the language. I don't believe any of you know this language.
You said there are there older landmarks on the map? Or like
Yeah. So,
older
for example, it shows like the mountain range that you guys passed, like the Thunderhead Mountains, and then you recognize the Gloriosa River. So you can kind of guesstimate where at least one of the locations are.
I gotta learn more languages. I only know Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
Sure. Does it seem like any of these circled areas are on the path that we are, or nearby the path that we will be taking and leaving here?
Let's see. With your 21, what is everyone else done rolling for intelligence? Do you want to see if anyone can get higher, or I'd say if you want to roll survival, I'll let you do it. It'll be a higher DC though.
Yeah, the only reason I was asking is I have a +2 to survival, so
Sure.
and a -1 to investigation, so if I can get away with a +2.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and roll survival.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
Welcome.
We
we're-
cast Speak with Dead on the cultists. We found out some very chilling information.
Yeah, but I'm
Uh,
sorry. I was having to do things for. I have a very sick cat, so I've been
Aw.
running around.
You're good.
No worries. I hope the kitty's okay.
She won't eat. It's been
Aw.
like 3 days. They had to give us
Mm.
fluid. Like I had to put a needle in my cat and give her fluids, which was stressful.
Oh.
Aw, poor thing.
Mm.
Sweetheart.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, what happened? Please update me.
I'll send you my notes.
Bless you. Thanks,
you
babe.
did speak with Dead, and we're just now looking at the map. Also, Jenna, thank you for the nat 20. Much appreciated. 20 months from Jenna. Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Also, it's my birthday tomorrow, so do I get my birthday 20?
Woohoo!
Yeah, sure.
Yippee.
That's close enough. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, excuse my chicken scratch, but I send it to you, Izzy.
Okay, awesome. I'm just opening
chicken
it up.
scratch. Why aren't you guys doing like fucking like Google Docs or shit?
I like to write my notes. It makes me feel like I'm in the zone.
In the zone. All right, very well.
Bye.
So let's see. We have Clove, she, and then Dimitri's checking stuff here.
Yeah, I gotta know one.
Marlo, did you want to roll for the map?
I can't beat a 21, so
Gotcha. Well, hey, a nat
Good
20
nat
means
20.
something, so you could always go for the nat 20.
nope.
What are we rolling for?
We're looking at the map
Investigating the
now.
map.
Oh, well, I can't get Discord. Well, it's not. Cool. What check?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Cool, 1 second.
It's still sending on my end.
That's fine. Not great.
Diego will attempt to do this too. Diego, this is like one of the few things that Diego seems to be confident in. But he also has, not great stats. So, 16 for him's pretty fucking good.
Does anyone in the party by chance have like comprehend languages?
You. Who rolled high? You can cast guidance after the fact, right?
Can I?
Yeah, you don't have to cast it before. At least I'm sure.
Fair enough.
Let me double check.
I think it just depends on DM.
I
it
think
depends on
you
the
would
DM.
have to do it before, but like I'm fine if you want to add guidance to somebody's roll.
Sure.
You could do that. I
got
would
the
say it would be a
highest?
safe bet to have done it to Clove, says he is the highest intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolutely
so-
fair. Yeah.
So
Let's go.
Clove or you can roll a d4. Take whatever shows up first. All right. So the number total is a 23. You think that there's a chance you could find this place, one of the places marked, on your way back to Campion. You'd have to go away from the caravan for maybe a day or two, but there's a chance you could find something. Not guaranteed, though. Because you also don't really... You haven't seen this area before. So it looks like it's on the way to... This is as best as you can guess, because again, this is an old map. It doesn't even have roads. But based on your knowledge, you think it's a little ways off the main road, and this circle seems to be around a small lake.
Ooh.
And there's a word written underneath it, but you're unsure what that word says.
Well, if we wanted to check out something on the map, we have an opportunity to. Does it seem like it's before or after this monster hunting quest, like in terms of...
We already did that. It was Ramirez. But because he's...
It was
Yeah,
the
he was.
Night Terror.
He was. The Night Terror was the monster, but because
All
they
right,
didn't, they thought it was a monster. It's a man and his patron. So
Well,
I've
I
already
don't think
technically
that's
completed
stuff.
it. I need to talk to the guild and say, "Hey, your monster was actually a magic man. Can I still get money?" And then Insatra was gonna back me on that.
Alright, well then never mind.
Yeah, so I'm fine with heading off the path, but we just gotta make our way back to them as soon as possible.
No harm in looking.
Exactly.
I'm down.
Excellent. Well, that will take a couple days of travel. I would say let's finish up with the body first, and then we can
Right
attempt to find this location.
Sure. Well, I'll cast a gentle repose on it if it'll give us one more chance. But I
Yep,
think
gentle
that'll...
repose is what's going to give you one more chance.
Yeah, but I think we have to wait for the 10 days to be up to do it again.
Correct. Yeah. So you guys. So again, since you guys are going through, with your giant caravan, less is happening in terms of danger. Like, other than Ramirez, no one's like crazy enough to attack an entire caravan. And
Yeah.
you squash that threat handily. So, really,
Okay.
yeah, nothing's really of note has happened. You may have passed, random merchants or whatever headed the opposite direction. Maybe a couple messengers every once in a while will ride past you, delivering messages, because they're, just on horseback or whatever, going as fast as they can. But really, nothing of note, nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool. All right. What other questions do we have then?
Well, we gotta wait 10 days, so
Yeah, no,
Definitely,
I'm saying
like-
that you're like you've waited. Basically, your 10 days, it just goes by, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the biggest one is where does the map lead to?
Mm-hmm.
We could hold
Where-
up the map and say, "What does this say?" And maybe he'll know.
Yeah, or either or, like we could probably ask
Yeah.
both of those. But and then where is the where is the location where the gods were banished? Like,
How do we get
actual
there, maybe?
how do we get to where the gods were banished? Well, we can always try and come up with more as we go, and Oleandra's here for real, so
Yeah.
if she's got any
What about,
questions.
Hi.
Yeah. Do you have
I
any
don't-
questions
I
for the
can't-
dead body?
I feel like you guys covered it. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, having read through Nakura's notes very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like y'all have covered what I could think to ask. Oh, did you ask if like there's like a bunch of them are running around, like where they're headquartered or whatever, or
We
if
did.
they have a head? Yeah.
Where's headquarters? It says he said where the gods were banished, and she had that vision in the trial of the soul, and
But I
had the
don't know
vision of the
where it
cavern.
is.
We don't know where that cavern is, but we know they're underground for sure. Like, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is, but like I said, that the only nip there is he doesn't know what happened in Campion. So it's like,
Yeah.
the only thing I could think of is, are there any moles? Like, who is gathering information undercover? Like,
Are
do you
there
know who's,
any? Do you have contacts in Cambion?
Mm-hmm.
I
or
feel
like,
if we ask the druid if there are moles in Cambion, they'll be like, yes, plenty.
no, I mean, as in, like, we
I
could
know,
ask
but
I'm trying to say, we could ask instead, do we have, like, are there informants undercover, like, people undercover in multiple branches of things? Like, that's one idea, is, be like, is there anyone undercover in, like, major locations?
what are the spies that you? Are there spies that you know of or something?
I guess my only thought is that if we ask it vaguely like that, then we're just gonna get a yup. There
yeah,
sure
that's what I
are.
was worried. That's what I'm worried about.
Who
too.
are our spies, and where are they?
He says Clovis.
That would be
No.
so
No.
scary.
That would be the
What
biggest
about,
twist, really.
What about, since he doesn't necessarily know that he failed, because he doesn't gain information, what about, like, where were we meant to regroup? Or, like, where were we meant to take the map? Because he said his master, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
was there like a rendezvous point or a
Where are we to deliver them at?
yeah.
That's a good one. Where we deliver the map? What is the
Or
map
how do we
for?
get? Yeah, how do we?
Where does the map lead?
No, we.
How do we
we
get
can
to-
start? We can start with where does the map lead and see if that
Yeah.
comes up with anything else. I guess.
Or what does the map lead to? That might be a better way of wording it. What does it lead to? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Might get a little vague with that too. Yeah.
I guess if that answer is too vague, we
can try again.
Maybe yeah, we can like rephrase or like show him the map and be like, "This, where is this?" Anything else
Yep.
that you guys thinking of?
No.
Not off the top of my head.
All right. Let's try again then. I'll do the same. Put on the cloak. Wrap
You
my
got
face in a skull.
Let's,
Try to be as shady as possible.
Let's see.
Hey, Oleandra, do you have any illusion spells?
I checked her spell list. It didn't look like it.
It might. I don't know. I'll look while you guys are doing this. It's the wrong freaking button.
Oh, you have
One brain cell.
I guess you have disguise self.
It's just guy's self though, so yeah.
Yeah.
I can only use it on myself, I think.
Yeah.
Alas.
Alas. Well, let's
It's
see.
just for
Let's see if your unluckiness holds out.
Hey, that's better.
Okay.
Much better.
He's okay, guys. How's it going?
Bro, what's
All right.
up? I'm man.
Hey, dude. How are you, man?
What's up,
Good to see
dude?
you.
I'm okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, he's gonna do the same thing. set up the body, do the little ritual thing, be as creepy as possible.
Cast Speak with Dead.
Yes.
You're near darkness with the cloak of, or rather the robes of the druidic cultists on you. You cast Speak with Dead, and rushing from underneath your wagon through the cracks of the wood, you see this like sickly green light seep into the dead druid before you, and you see from his chest where his heart would be a glow of pale light that then expands, goes upward. You see his eyes open once more with that pale light. What are your questions?
My first question will be, I'll probably like have the map and like show it to him. Where does this map lead to?
Now, I will say, Clove. Because this, or Skunky rather, this was your idea.
Oh.
And it's just so fucking clever that I'm going to give you some DM inspiration. Because if the corpse can perceive well enough to have a chance of seeing if someone's a friend or a foe, I'd say it can read.
True.
It can read. It can fight.
So,
Plus, it'll give us a twofer then. It'll say, hey, this is
you
what it says and this
ask,
is what goes.
repeat your question for me.
I'll hold up
Where
the
does this map lead to?
You
pointing
show
at
the map.
circle that's nearest, I guess, the one we were talking about.
Are you pointing to a
before.
specific circle, or are you just showing the whole map?
That's what Clove will be doing, but...
First I'm just showing the whole.
Showing the whole map. Ooh, let's see.
Salvation.
That would be such a dick move at this point.
Could be worse. He could say the
Find
the body of water that we found out about.
He speaks in a language you recognize but don't understand.
Probably druidic.
1 second, I need to pull this one up.
What did you just say, but in comment?
That's kind of what you're gonna have to do if you want to know for sure. If you want to do that for sure, then we can skip that and I can go to the translate. But he reads the druidic out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look over to she.
So do you then
question.
ask what did you just say in common?
Well, question, DM.
Yes.
I remember for me and Marlowe in the confrontation with Helhana, because we knew Elvish, we were basically able to get the bare bones.
Marlowe,
dragged
because he
out
knows
version.
Sylvan. I think Marlowe is specifically for
Oh
Sylvan.
yeah,
Marlowe,
because
why
I
don't
remember you let me translate too.
Let's see. Marlowe you can. What would this be? What did I have
Because
you
that way we don't
roll
have to
that
waste
time?
the question.
Something intelligence might.
Yeah,
make
let-
sense to me. It's like
roll me
knowledge.
roll me straight intelligence. We're gonna call this DC 18.
Not gonna get it. Okay, go. Yep. Nope.
All right, you're unsure. It was easier in you felt it was easier in context of like sentences where you could pick up on like little words here and there, but these are just quick little. It's just basically like each place is like basically one word, so you just don't know.
Mhm.
What
I know,
he's-
it's
We'll have
all
to burn a
Dwarvish to
question
me.
on it.
Do we want him to translate?
We'll have to, because I remember like I was trying to say what does it lead to, not where, is that might have, I don't know,
Okay.
Both.
but we could just have him translate this.
All right, so I'll burn another question to say, to ask, what are those names in common?
The names in common. Here. Heart. Breath. Vision.
Sorry, they cut out.
Yeah.
Got out. All right, I'll do it again from the top.
But
From the top.
Did he get out?
Heart. Breath. Vision.
Our breath vision.
And flight. Heart, breath, vision, hand, flight.
Light is the last one?
Flight, yes.
Hmm.
Oh, it's gonna be another set of trials.
Yeah, totally are.
Similar thoughts. Instead of trials, like this, if there were in the places the gods were killed, someone seems like parts of a god.
Sacrifices,
Like, oh, I'm gonna find
yeah.
the heart.
It
I'm gonna
does.
find the breath. I'm gonna put these together and like revive a dead god of evil.
Okay. So then we have our. So that's 2 questions.
Mhm.
We have how do we get to headquarters?
Yes.
Have you already been? No, because they just got the map, so never mind. They will let
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I'll ask, how do we get to where the gods were banished?
The corpse breathes in once more without any air flowing through its cold, dead body. And you hear, at the heart.
At the heart.
At the heart.
At the heart. Oh. Well,
Interesting.
well, look, we're getting more info that we can kind of cross-reference with checks if we make more research we do on our own.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Heart could mean like what if it isn't the city the capital we were at just recently the heart or the heart of the country or whatever. That'd be funny.
All of you, why don't you all roll me insight checks?
Okay.
you.
23.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good. That works for me.
That's even better.
You think that when he says "at the heart," that he's referencing the heart on the map.
Wait, where was the heart on the map?
It's just
Oh,
one
the
of the
first
central
one.
areas.
Okay. I
one of the
misheard
locations.
you. Okay, so the locations were heart, breath, vision, hand, and plight.
And in
In flight, as in flying. Flight.
Flight. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay, cool.
4th question. What are we thinking?
Okay, I have a. Before we ask this, I have a question. Did we surmise that they knew about the map, like the map existing, because Diego's a loudmouth, or?
We had a paper where they were given like a description of Diego and that he had the map.
Oh, okay, then maybe
don't
we
know
try to figure out
about-
like how they knew it was
Yeah.
Diego, or like.
Are we overthinking this? Should we just keep rolling?
Well, yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
as the DM, probably. But
Oh yeah,
But you
no.
never
the whole
know.
As soon as we were like, let's start discussing what to ask, I was like, oh, we're gonna totally overthink this.
Yeah, DM's just like,
Put a pin in it.
and
No, and
five
the
apples
best
If
part
anything
is that
is-
my instructions are like, you
Do
know,
we?
to be like vague. Like it says in the spell, like the DM's like the corpse is supposed to be like vague and stuff. So I'm like, how
Yeah.
can I
Do
be
we
as
want-
interesting and vague as possible?
It's
Now, do
very
we
good.
wanna? Do we wanna ask like, do you know of any spies in and where they would be? Like any of our agents in undercover and where they would be?
like, where's our closest contact? Maybe.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, where are the closest? Like, where are the closest contacts? That could be a good one. Finding out like anything about like any undercover members or.
We'd have to find out a good way to like phrase that though, otherwise it'll just like come out as like, yep, the closest contact is
Where
in
are
the
the-
city. Good luck.
What
prefer
what
apples or
locations? Yeah, what locations are our spies in? That might be a better way to do it, so it's not asking two questions at once.
Yes. I feel like that's just gonna give us a list of like cities though.
That's better than nothing. Find out where people are. Or you could say what places our spies are in. Specifically.
I can ask that if everybody is down.
We get questions to burn.
Cool. Alright, so I will ask. What places does the Order have spies?
There are followers everywhere.
That's bad.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking was gonna be kind of along the lines to the answer of that question.
Well, that's not bad though, because that means we just have to now be careful wherever we go.
Yeah.
Like, more so, because, like, you know, surprise cultist.
Yeah.
We got a fifth question to burn.
Yeah, we got one more.
Final last question.
Who's the hottest person that you fought recently?
I don't want to
Yeah.
ask what the abandoned
You know what would be a funny
wants
one?
with the map.
I think that'll lead to the salvation thing. We could ask,
Okay.
hey, do you have any like supply, like caches? Like, does the order have like where are the order's caches or something like that? That'd be
Are
funny.
we a known
Like-
threat to your organization?
Our group doesn't have a name yet.
Yeah, but we might have a reputation still. And if
Are
we
the
don't,
ones who killed you a threat to the like a known threat to the organization?
it'll just give us an idea of like how on the radar
That's a
we
good
are.
question.
So with the last question then, I will ask. The ones who killed you, are they a known threat to our organization?
You see the last bits of energy of your spell, this pale blue greenish light, go up into his throat and eyes and expel out his mouth as he gives his final answer, in which he says, "Not threat, only bringer of sorrow."
Hopefully.
Not a
Not
threat,
Only
only a bringer
bringer
of sorrow.
We did kill
Like
some of the
a,
threats.
as in a
That is
singular
fair.
one of us, or like a collective.
As in your
a-
group, as in the group that killed him is the bringer of sorrow.
Wow, man.
Hey,
that
that could be our
mean?
name. Bringers
The
of
Sorrow.
sorrow.
bringers of
Sad
sorrow.
The
boys.
sorrow bringers. Sad boys.
Sorrow bring.
Sorrow
Sorrow
Actually,
bringers would be cool. Yeah.
I got a shirt the two weekends
Herald of
ago
Sorrow.
that on the back says "Get Sad."
You mean like me
Yeah.
this week? Oh wait.
Get sad.
Sorrow. Hey, sorrow bringers is some Final Fantasy 14 as.
Sad
what
I feel like
boys,
the
sorrow
Heralds
bringers.
of Sorrow would be really cool.
That would be cool.
That's a very metal fucking name.
Look,
Hey,
let's
we're
go
pretty
metal
metal.
band name.
Hey, I mean, you guys
Well,
either
this
come
is
up with
awesome.
something, or you're gonna be the the Beaconeers
or
of
we-
Beacon
Beaconeers.
Or we could do the
The
inverse
fucking
of
Beaconeers.
this, of that, and make ourselves like
The birth of sorrow.
no, like make
The
ourselves
shepherds
be
of
like
hope.
like we bring hope versus like they
Shepherds
think
of
we bring
sorrow. I like
but we
I want sorrow in there now. It's really cool.
Shepherds of Sorrow sounds cool though.
It does
It's also
sound
a
good,
finally-
and it also makes us sound
Dimitri will
evil.
look at the.
it does make us
Dimitri
sound
will look at the. he would look at the corpse. Can we finally get rid of this?
I think that's fine.
I'm on it.
darling.
Dimitri
think so,
throws
yeah.
a torch on again. Oh wait, oh I forgot. Sorry, we're not doing this yet. What's out the torch?
Diego, go burn the body. Be useful.
I think we should have someone else go with Diego as well.
Yeah, I'll go. Don't worry.
I'm bringing it. Oh, I'm pulling it up. Okay, I just need help with the body. It's very heavy, and I'm
Yep,
weak.
yes. Oleandra easily picks it up, despite her
Oh
strength.
wow!
Yep, that's right. She's.
All right. Diego
She's
will turn to you, Dimitri, and say, "You're a lucky guy," and follow Oleandra.
Yep.
I mean, my strength is 12, so it's really not that bad.
That's a good score.
It's better than the
Dimitri's
average.
sitting here at six.
Better than
Dimitri
the
has 16 strength, yet doesn't help.
Yeah, no, it's better than the average person. So
yeah.
All right, so you guys take the corpse away. You burn it. Piece of cake, no problem. Not going to become an iterant. Everybody say goodbye
Let's
to their
go.
druid corpse friend. He's gone.
He was hot. He was hot, but
Learned
evil,
some interesting information.
Yeah, Dimitri wrote all of that down in his travel log, like his hunting log. We can piece through this as we go.
I would say that you guys continue your journey back to Campion, and you get to the point in your travel where you think it is the best point in time to deviate from the caravan and then just play catch up. The caravan, it's a long caravan. If you guys, walk or lightly jog even every once in a while, you'll be able to catch back up. But you'd have to, let Lady Dawnsinger know that you guys are going to be leaving for a couple days to try and find this mysterious place. And she gives you full leave. She's things have been pretty smooth since not only the bridge, but even previous to that, since you defeated Ramirez. There's not really been any threats. The caravan makes so much noise that even like wildlife is like staying away. Maybe
And it has a decent
every
amount
once
of,
in a
like,
blue moon,
forces,
there's like a random iterant that begins like following the caravan, but someone just shoots it in the head. And,
Yeah.
there's enough people who can like shoot a basic crossbow or whatever if they have to, that even in a couple, they take them a couple shots, but they could eventually get the iterants. Also, the amount of noise that the caravan makes would be completely disorienting to an iterant that relies on sound. So it's just like doesn't even know where or what to attack. One of the perks in traveling in big numbers. So you guys deviate from the path. So what I'm going to need is a survival check now from everyone, and Diego will give somebody advantage. So whoever's got...
Quick question
Yes.
first. Knowing what the words on the map mean, is there a chance that like Marlo or whoever it was can distinguish which one is which?
Let's see. I'll let Marla, I'll let you do one more intelligence check. We'll call this a DC 15.
Oh, okay, intelligence. So,
2 natural ones in a row. What the hell?
a boom, a 4.
2 in a row.
Marlo's like, ugh.
All right, fair enough.
Dimitri, who has the highest survival?
I think
I
Marlo.
rolled a 23.
Yeah.
Did anybody roll with
Marlo
advantage?
and then me. I did not. Did we have advantage?
Dimitri's giving
one person
advantage to
did have
somebody. I
advantage.
think Marlo has the highest survival. So Marlo, why don't you
No.
roll again to see if you can roll better?
Okay. He's got that 5 in wisdom on a fire.
He's got 8 in
Plus
wisdom. He's got plus 8.
Yeah, no, it's
23.
With a 23, you guys go through the clearing, and you know, the survival check's good enough that you know you're not worried about getting lost and not finding your way back to the main road. But it's also hard because you're looking for something that's you're not really given that clear description. However, you lead Marlo, especially you and Dimitri, lead the party as best you can for about a day's worth of traveling. And then the next day, as you travel further, because you think it's about 2 or 3 days off the road, you guys are like going through like the thicket. You're going like through woods, like there's not a path here. I would like you to make me a perception check. Okay. That's a nat 19. Jeez. As you guys are walking, out of the corner of your eye, you see something that doesn't quite look familiar, but it feels a little bit familiar. But you'd be going down a different trajectory than the rest of the party is currently headed. Do you want to go that way, lead the party that way, just go that way yourself, or stay on the party's current path?
I will let the party know. I'm not going to go off by myself. I think that way might be where we have to go.
Very well.
You're sure? I mean, I guess you'd know. You're the one with the freaky hand, so.
Your Ladar
It
sense is tingling.
It feels right.
As he says that, why don't you roll me a history check with advantage, She?
Cool. Amazing.
Okay, great. But you guys decide to follow She, you follow your gut. And this feeling inside you that something feels familiar about the path that you've chosen. And after walking about an hour, you realize it feels familiar.
Yep.
From one of your visions.
Ooh.
One moment, please. While I find... What the fuck did I name this map? One second, I'm going through my...
Spooky Temple 5000.
Ah. Oh, and of course,
Sheltered
Dimitri's face is
What?
broken again, so I can fix that. I'll just fix that again.
Yeah, I don't. Founder just wants to fight
I
him.
don't
They want to
fucking-
make him
I don't
sad.
fucking know.
Yeah, one day.
Oh,
Maybe
and
when I get new art, like eventually it'll fix out. Who knows?
maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe Founder just has a grudge against you.
goes with you guys.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know, cause yeah.
You begin to get excited. You
Ooh.
push past the different shrubs and bushes. You put your hand on a tree and it feels familiar. This is reminiscent of, I believe, the very first vision you had in the Trial of the Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Where you, as the viewer, who you later realized was Ladar himself, walked through a clearing to find a young maiden
Mm-hmm.
relaxing on a rock in a lake.
Ooh. Is that the lake
This
that
is
we're
where
going
Ladar
towards?
met Hoa. I'm slowly loading.
Yeah, I'm still loading in.
I mean,
No, I think
Same.
that's cool that we're on your vision quest. We're
Yeah.
seeing
Ooh,
all
there
these
it is, okay.
things.
Ooh.
You guys walk into a small, hidden, sheltered grove. The trees here are tall and vast. There's a trickling of
Ominous.
water from a waterfall that seems to come from some sort of subterranean, probably some subterranean. What's the word? Not like. Is it air duct or something like that? Of basically
Aqueduct?
the
No,
aqueduct.
no.
Thank you. Yeah. Aqueduct
Oh, nice.
of water from the Gloriosa River that just seems to disperse out into this small lake here. I think everybody's loaded in here now.
think the term would be
Everybody. What's that?
Aquifer, because aqueduct
Aquifer.
is man-made, aquifer is natural.
Yep. Aquifer, there you go.
Then it would be the
Look, I don't remember
natural
things.
variety.
Speaking
Yeah, I don't
precious,
fucking know. You know.
nerd.
I'm a nerd.
Uh,
Fine.
Everyone can roll me their choice of nature or perception.
Probably going to be perception for me.
Never.
Yes, it will be.
I jinxed it. Reverse jinxed it.
Let's go another natural
Oh.
one. Come on, let's do it. Let's make it consistent. Oh my god, I rolled well for once.
Perception.
No, I
Hold on,
didn't.
give me a
That's a
second. Ah,
That's a lie. I thought I had rolled.
That's all right.
We got a couple of good rolls in there, so.
Yeah, we're getting a mix. We're
There's
getting a
other
mix of
people
rolls
in this
today.
game, because if it was just me, I'd be boned.
Same. I don't think I've rolled above.
Clove.
Maybe I
Oh
think
wow.
once.
With a 25 clove, there's a lot of shit you realize right off the bat. First of all, we'll start with these trees. You recognize these trees. These are sundrop
Oh.
trees, which
Mm.
are a symbol of the goddess Hoa, as well as the tree that's used to replenish the amber crystals. Now, usually, as far as you know, these trees, just 3 to be here, that's a small number to be here. Usually, they're much. If there's gonna be sundrop trees, there's usually a decent amount of them. They're rare, but when you find them, there's a lot of them. If that makes sense.
Clusters, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So only having a few here is a little odd. But what's even more odd than that, with your amazing nature roll, this lake is super clear. You can basically see to the bottom of it. But you notice something interesting. The surface of the lake, there's no motion. Even with the water that falls from the aqueduct here into the lake, almost immediately that water stops disturbing the surface. In fact, what's even more odd is, and again, this is because of your 25 fucking nature, like even Marlowe's 23 would not have gotten this. So you see what appears to be, and it's so hard to pick out, but you notice there appears to be some sort of underwater current that does not disturb the surface. In fact, that current appears to almost be like a kind of vortex towards the middle, right here.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Would I get the sense of lack of motion on the surface to be an indication that this is not water, or that there is some unnatural phenomenon affecting the water?
That would require an investigation check. Looking at it, it appears to be water that for some reason something strange is happening underneath it. So there could be a number of reasons for that. But basically what I told you is what you've been able to glean. You'd have to mess with the water in order to find anything more out.
I'll just scoop up a handful and drink it.
All right. Let me. I'll move.
Let's just cut to the chase.
Move everybody a little bit closer.
If it's big poison water, we'll figure it out quickly.
Clove, you go to the edge of the water. Now, worth noting, it looks like that the current that is underwater doesn't happen until you get to like the edge of where the lake sinks lower. So where you are, if you get scoop up some water here, you scoop up some water in your hand. It appears to be water. You give it a sip. Tastes like water. Very refreshing. Nice
Final
and cool.
question. Does
Yes.
this current seem relatively fast, as in like a river or a rapid, or is it like a gentle flow?
It's hard to tell because the water is so pristine and clear. Let me see. I would say roll me either survival or nature again, and I'll give you advantage because of your amazing last one.
24.
With a 24, you think that, with how still this water is, if you're picking up that there's a bit of a current, with how clear it is, it must be a fast fucking current. Like, you think anything that goes past this, this line here, anyone that's not a strong swimmer that goes into that is going to be sucked under hard. So they better be a good fucking swimmer.
I am wearing heavy armor, and so is Diego, and oh boy, some of us are wearing armor. That will not be fun.
And worth noting, you don't think that there's a veil of water on top that if you go to the center, like, oh, it was an illusion, and now there's no longer gonna be
this is real.
You think it's gonna suck you down.
Cool. I will.
But whatever's doing that vortex sucking down cannot possibly be natural.
Hey, Diego.
Yes, what? Oh, beautiful water on these trees.
A couple
yes.
steps back. Final question.
Yes.
Can we see, like, is there a tunnel that's suggesting that this flow is going to an underground river of some sort, or is it just this body of water? Like, there's no additional bodies of water connected to it?
Based on your knowledge, it's likely there's some sort of outlet for the water as water's continuously being poured in. So there's likely
Very
water
true.
goes somewhere, but you don't know if that place is like, you know, it could be just another underwater aquifer that, and you know, if you got sucked into that, you could just go who knows where and drown before you even figure it out, you know.
Cool.
Can I
Maybe
try
we should
something?
go
What would you like to
check
try?
the waterfall before we try to swim through the thing?
just for the heck of it, I'm gonna tap my right eye, which is the dragon eye, and I'm gonna activate that sea invisibility just to check off all our boxes.
This is your first time using it, right?
Yeah.
You feel your vision kind of like narrow, but sideways, almost like a dragon's eye coming into focus.
Yeah.
And it's almost like blue light glasses coming over that one eye. You look around, make me a perception check.
Ooh.
And then once we're done with that, we'll go to what she was about to say.
Hey, She, can you give me guidance in this?
Yes.
Thank you. No.
And that one, Diego walks up and like, oh, what's wrong with your eye? You're like, get out of the way, get out of the way. You don't think you see any invisible creature or anything of the like.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah. How long does it last? See invisible. Because I'll leave it up until it turns off.
I would say, for the purpose of this, I would say it lasts about, I'd say an hour. But I mean, it's also
you know
like
what? I'll keep it
you
on.
can- you
just
can-
to be safe.
you can do it basically at will.
Whenever.
you know?
Yeah. I'll just keep it on for now, and I'll turn it off like once I'm sure that we're safe. So I'll just keep that on.
Yeah, there's no downside
as
to
a
having it
precaution.
on other than a slight discomfort, but like it's not going to hurt you or anything. She.
Oh
what
yeah.
were
Okay.
you-
So I'll just keep it on until otherwise.
Oh yeah.
What were you going to say, She?
We should go check what's up with that waterfall in the corner before we touch that horrible current of water.
Wait, you gotta
Perhaps you
check the
and
waterfall.
Clove can float up there.
Clove floats
sure.
and She can drag him there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
because that'd be the best way to do it.
I mean, yeah, you guys have two. Actually, you guys have 3 lanterns with Diego here. So you guys
my
can
potion of the day was the initiative potion. I'm gonna chug that immediately.
Good idea.
Me first in initiative. Just like
Hell yeah.
You fly over, and she, as you fly over, make me a perception check.
Cool.
With a 15, as you fly over pulling Clove, you notice that as you get over the lake, not specifically the center, but once you get clear of like the trees, all of a sudden you feel a rush of air, sort of like giving you extra
Oh.
lift as you as you fly over. Little
Interesting.
odd, especially with how many trees are here, to feel such a strong wind. But you're able to fly over here to the waterfall. You can both make me perception checks if you'd like.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. What specifically are you looking for at this waterfall?
If there's anything weird about it, but also like if there's a secret cave behind it, that means that we don't have to go underneath the water.
Yeah, you might be able to see things from up there too, like a good vantage point.
Water is rushing, and the water coming from this is frothy enough that you can't see behind the waterfall naturally. You would have to go into the water in order to see if there's anything behind it. But with your perception, you think it's unlikely. I mean, it's possible. It's possible there's something behind the waterfall, but given how rocky it is around here, you don't think it's likely. Now, that being said, once you go into the water there, who knows? But on the waterfall itself, until it hits the lake, you don't think it's likely that there's anything behind it. But who knows with where it hits? But you do think, and you can kind of see with your perception check, that the water that hits here, it's pretty quickly getting pushed into the swirling current.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Okay.
a gamer move.
What is your gamer move?
You do?
I will focus on my new staff. I will cast Longstrider on myself.
Ooh.
Okay.
Could you bring me above the lake?
Are you gonna cannonball into the water?
Sure. But be careful.
Sure.
This
While
is
I'm
this is
floating
how he
over,
dies.
racing through my potion belt, spending a spell slot, making a new potion number 6 to be exact. I will chug this potion. I will grow gills and fins as I get like a big shark tail, and then I will drop levitate and just splash down in the water.
Shark
Please don't
centaur.
die from
Wait,
the water
okay.
pressure.
This is imperative to know. Do you have like a shark tail on your sheep butt, or is it just replaced?
It's like my
with
sheep
shark
tail has replaced a shark.
I'm just picturing
on
like
the
a poofy sheep tail now, just a tiny little shark tail.
Sure,
It's
it
like
can
very-
be as cool
very
or as
cute.
little as you want to.
Joe is gonna
Please-
look at this version of Clove and just mutter, "You look like one of my siblings."
Please tell me he doesn't just flatten against the surface of the water.
So
Just goes-
you drink your potion, you give yourself gills, and you just go into the water.
Yeah, YOLO. Let's figure out.
Oh,
What's
All right.
How
going
high
on.
were you in the air?
I mean, I'm
I
Not
would
high-
have gone. Yeah, I would have gone pretty close.
You
Good,
splash
good.
into the
wouldn't have
water,
killed myself, if
and
that's
you are
what you mean.
immediately battered around. Like Clove is basically doing like this thing, like
Goodbye, Clove.
Yeah, if it matters,
He's going
my
down the drain.
swim speed, which I now have because of the potion, I would click my character, but I can't.
Sorry.
Is now 50.
Swim
100
speed of
feet
50.
dash.
Okay.
It was nice knowing Clove
Roll
before he
me-
went down the drain.
I just want to do some action. I'll YOLO it.
Okay, let me ask you, are you letting the current kind of take you, or are you trying to, like, go to a certain position within the current?
If there's something of note that I see, I will head towards that. Otherwise, I'll just kind of follow the flow.
The biggest thing of note would be this, like, broken-looking thing in the middle. Well, around that just seems to be pitch black. It seems like maybe the water is rushing by.
Sure, I'll go to the thing in the middle.
All right. Roll me an athletics check. I'll give you advantage because you're fighting the current that wants to suck you past it.
Sure, then. Let's go.
Nice.
You and
20,
your nat
baby.
20. Your tiny little shark tail flexes, and you
I think he's rolled the most nat
are
20s
a-
this session.
easily this session. You're able to land square on the platform. Water's kind of swirling around you, but now that you're in the middle, you're kind of, moving around in a tiny circle. It's hard to keep still, but you're not like going to be suddenly jarred one way or the other. So you feel pretty safe where you are. Give me
Cool,
an investigation check.
Okay. 18.
Examining this stone, this like broken stone dais or something like that, underneath you, you see, you would be right here, but I just moved you. You'd see what appears to be a slot for something to be placed there.
Is this a familiar shape to anything that we own?
You don't believe so.
Baseball size, paper sheet size. What sort of size are we talking about?
A familiar size to a ball that eventually gave she her hand.
So it
Ooh.
looks like there maybe
Yeah.
was something here. It's no longer here, perhaps.
or or what something like that is a key for this place.
Which we don't have any. I don't think, because we left all those
So you,
orbs. And
with given that and everything, you think there's not much you can do in this location at the current time. However, you do now know where this
but we know where it
sheltered
is.
grove is, and you have I believe you have a special map even that you can like record things on.
Yep.
To remember locations, so you'll be able to remember this place and find it again. But you think you've learned as much as you can, unless you want to go into the dark.
Yeah, let's do it.
Roll,
God.
roll me an intelligence check.
Nope.
This is a
He's
bad
gonna do it.
idea,
He's gonna solo
Skunky.
the dungeon.
You realize that this is a dumb idea and you shouldn't do it.
I'm just worried Chloe's gonna have a haha, I'm a genius. Oh no! Like, no.
He will, because no one can help him at this point except himself. But luckily, all his checks are intelligence or wisdom, which he's good at.
21,
so far.
baby.
Thinking about everything, well, it's what you think that placing something here is very important for discovering the secret of this place. Going into the black, it's possible there's something there, but it's also possible that's just where all the water goes out. And you think if you go down there and aren't able to get out, it could come a point in time where even gills won't save you. Like the
Let me
current,
check
the current
wording
is
on one
is quite
specific
strong.
spell.
Water pressure is your worst nightmare here.
Let me check a spell. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right. I have read a specific spell, and I will not go down any further. If that's the case, I will activate my Life Preserver, aka my Boots of Levitation. I will immediately raise up 20 feet, and I will continue swimming the rest of the way.
Remember to ascend slowly.
It's not that deep. It's not
I
that
have
deep.
gills.
He has gills, and it's not
I
that
have
deep.
gills.
I'm gonna say.
I'm messing with you.
I'm gonna say your levitation boots aren't gonna really help you here because they're fighting against the current. You're gonna have to swim your way out of this. I will say they'll help you a little bit. So I'd say I would give you a bonus to your athletics check, but you're gonna have to swim your way up.
Sure, let's go.
All right.
Let's go, baby. Confident Clove.
Roll me athletics. I'll give you advantage because of everything you have, and an additional plus 5.
Let's go. 11.
That is an 11. Clove, you begin to try and swim out, and you find yourself going further down. Your head at this point is now level with this dais.
How far away from me is he?
Don't go in there.
Probably a good 40 to 50 feet down.
Could I cast another spell in this moment?
What would you like to do?
Let me check if Alter Self is... Oh, wait, it was a potion, so I don't have to concentrate it. All right, in addition to going faster, I will enlarge myself so I'm even bigger, and I will be a big clove as I try to swim out.
Okay, you think that if you're going to do that, you need to get out of this hole first, because if you enlarge yourself, you're just going to get stuck. Because you're like, your head's level with the dais. So you need to be above the dais. Right now, your head is even with the dais. So if you enlarge yourself, you'd like crush yourself like right here. You know, you'd be just stuck. You wouldn't go down. You wouldn't go further down, but you wouldn't be able to go further up either. You'd be a clove sandwich.
Oh, for for enlarge reduce, if there isn't enough room for the double size, it makes it the biggest possible. So yeah, he'd probably get stuck. That's not good.
Yeah, you can definitely do it, and it will work. You just have to get yourself a little bit higher first. Are you gonna do anything while you're here, She? You
I don't want to get into the water. I'm watching Clove and seeing if he's getting into more shit.
Clove appears to be trying to go up, but he's going down. I would
It's
say
like a current where you swim sideways.
Yeah, and she can't.
I would
She
say
can't
if
just
the
go in
water's
there,
clear
'cause
enough
then
that
they'll
you
get
can
dragged in
see that,
too.
like, Clove is
Hey, I can't
straining.
drown right now, so
Yeah, he can't drown right now.
Yeah.
But he can get
it's
into
fine.
trouble. Clove, unless do you have anything that you want to try? Or if not, we're
I'm
go
gonna
back to Clove.
see if Clove manages to do something this turn.
All right, Clove, roll me another athletics check at advantage.
Alas, I don't have 4th level spell slots, or I just polymorph you into something useful. Killer whale or something.
Hey, I'm not
I
worried.
had something that I could do, but we're gonna see what Clove does.
Okay, that gets you to an
Hold on.
18. I'd say an 18 is good enough. You are able to swim a little bit up. The current takes you around, I'd say, like, to here. You're high enough now that if you want to enlarge yourself, you can do so safely.
I will embiggen.
Big boy. One moment, I will make you big. Blur. Okay, I'll say now I'll give you a +10 to your athletics.
Oh, shit,
Do we all
nice.
see this insanity happening from where we
She
are?
definitely can. You guys, from your vantage point, maybe a little bit.
She will
What
be
is
like
going on?
narrating as it's going.
Oh,
He
boy.
got really big now, but he's out of the little tunnel thing.
This
like a
poor
sports
idea.
castle.
We have made
All right,
so much
Clove,
space.
roll me athletics again, advantage, and you get a
I
+10.
just look at Oleandra like, this is happening.
This is why we're the adults.
That's
Wow.
29. I would say with a 29, you're nearly out of the current. You roll me one more athletics check at advantage. Just don't get double ones.
That's not
Oh,
advantage.
It's
That's
not a
not
one.
advantage.
It's good, and you have a
That's
+10. That's you're able to get out of the current and back on land.
I'll do
And
some,
the moment
like,
you get out of the
dolphin-
current, then you all of a sudden go woo. You then start to like rise out of into the air.
I'll do
then-
some like dolphin tricks as I like reach out of the current.
Amazing.
Like
Yeah, and I'll go back with him.
What happened?
Well, what did you find?
nothing particularly useful that we can do now. It's another keyhole essentially, but we don't have the key.
Oh,
Bonk my head on Demi's
Gotcha.
shoulder.
we
Ugh.
need to find the key then before we can continue on here. All right.
well, we know where it
Probably at one
is.
of
So now
the other
we know where it
places.
is. I look at the dragon man.
Dragon Man. What?
I didn't say that out loud. Can you read minds?
Maybe I can.
I look at Dom.
No,
I look at
you definitely
Diego.
cannot.
I look at Diego. Yes, you're right, Diego.
We'll swim circles in the shallow end.
Where did you find? Where did you find the last orb? Stop swimming in the shallow end. You're gonna die.
I'm confident. Confident Clove.
Clove, if you perish in the water,
That
I'm
confidence is gonna
going to
break.
spit out with you.
I do like I
Let him- no,
leap
no,
out
let
of the
him be
water,
confident for
activate
now.
levitate for like 5 seconds to do like 5 front flips, and then land back in the water.
Stop.
no.
Stop right. Clove. Stop right there. Right here. Right here. Clove. As you're confidently swimming in the water with your gills, you touch that rock with your large body. the rock that she would know, but you might not necessarily know. At one point,
That's the rock where
had
Hoa
the
was,
goddess
yeah.
Hoa in her own gentle repose on it, relaxing at this very lake. I want to ask you a question, Clove.
Okay.
Skunky, even.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What would you prefer?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Would you prefer something practical for yourself? Or perhaps something lore-based?
Ooh.
Or
Mm.
The latter, the practical, there would be nothing bad could happen. You feel as if you try to learn something from this place, it could have ramifications.
Mm.
all right. We'll leave it up to chance. Roll it for me, baby.
You do the roll. You tell me what your
Alright.
decision is.
Do you want
Alright,
practical
I'll
or lore?
50-50 it. You know, odds will be for Clove and even will be lore. That way I won't feel bad if I get something.
Yeah.
All right, give me that lore, baby.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Easy peasy.
Do good. Just don't do badly.
problem.
Easy
30
fucking nat
Damn.
20.
Confident
This
Clove.
fucking
Hey,
session.
Hey, save some of those for us.
Holy. Why is it always on lore that y'all roll a nat 20? There's no mystery. It's just, well, you rolled a nat 20.
The
Confident Clove.
dice simply want us to know everything. And
Clove.
I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Clove, the moment you brush against this rock, visions flood your memory. You see, from Hoa's perspective, Ladar emerging from the brush where you guys emerge, and in that same instant, you're swept away to the distant future, or for you, still the distant past, but the future from there. You see, you feel yourself lying on a cold stone table, and you see a sad elven face look down upon you, and you know that you know this man to be Ladar. He looks the same as the glimpse that you saw of the elven man that emerged from the shrubs, and inside you there's a deep sadness, but not even for yourself, but for Ladar. You feel in yourself a resoluteness. You know what must be done, but you know the effect it's going to have on the man you love. You smile and nod and say, in a voice that's not your own, "It'll be all right." And then black, piercing pain. You feel as if your mind could have easily shattered from this. Like, maybe even worse so than what happened when you tried to open Ladar's book. But in many ways, that prepared you for this. You're able to steal your focus, and you feel yourself become no more and become everything at once. In an instant, it's almost like you ceased to be a person and instead became a wave of energy that rippled out multiple times. The first ripple, you feel yourself cover the entire planet, pushing away other divine forces. And then in the wake, as you come back in, you feel yourself come to rest back on the earth. I would like from you, while you're experiencing this vision, to make me perception or arcana.
I mean, you know which one it's gonna be. Yeah. With my new +9. Oh, that traveled around. That's 13.
You're a little disoriented, so you don't quite grasp everything that's happened, but you feel yourself settle onto the earth itself. And while you feel as if you don't exist and you exist everywhere at once. But there are places where you have strong memories that you still hold on to. Perhaps a little harder. This is one of those places. I would say roll me an intelligence check, and I'll give you advantage. With an 18, based on all the knowledge you have of everything up to this point, you come back to Clove, and you realize the places marked on the map seem to be places that had a strong personal connection to Hoa herself.
Maybe just remind me, was this location, what word was on this particular one out of all the words?
We don't remember.
Gotcha.
You don't know. I would say this would be something that you could probably pretty quickly figure out once you're home. But you don't know for sure at this moment. But something you do know for sure is that the heart was left in that cave with Ladar.
Cool. What does this look like to everyone else?
To everyone else, it looks like Clove just got electrocuted and is just like floating in the water, and you're just like, is he like faking this? Is like, yeah, like what's going on? Like this, I would say you're like, I mean, you can breathe underwater, so you're fine just floating on the surface here, and you're not really going anywhere because you're like kind of touching the rock still. You know, it's literally like you're connected to the electrical current, can't let go kind of thing until you snap back.
I'm a pool float.
Kind of. A giant pool float.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, no.
Fascinating.
Is he all right? Oh, I'll just Diego finds like a long like tree branch and tries to like get at Clove. Like, come here. I'll get him.
Don't get pulled in.
No, I'm not. Oh, I'm not going in the water. It looks dangerous. Pull it. Like,
Good.
thing, like pulls him. There we go. And then Clove, you come to. Hello.
What happened?
I saved your life.
I start talking, but my gills are full of water, so I have to go spit them out a little bit. Then I'll speak again. I think I had a similar experience to what she had in the trials.
What
a
did you
vision.
see?
A moment of the goddess and Ladar, and I couldn't tell you much of what it means, but these places on the map, I think they've been touched by divinity.
By Hoa, you mean?
Yeah, exactly
Hmm.
right.
Then that
Makes
means
sense.
the place where we first went, was that possibly one of those locations? Or maybe the first to lead to the others?
Yeah,
Does it
because they're
look like
connected
that
because
location is
the,
somewhere on the map?
I have an
well,
odd
the map we
observation.
got was from that location.
I have an
That's-
observation.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that's the
Yeah.
starting. That's the starting point to lead to the others.
I don't know if
Mm.
this
Like
has
to
anything,
even get that map.
I don't know if this has anything to do with anything really, but did you notice that it feels like these sundrop trees show up wherever there's a connection to Hoa in some way?
Yeah.
And isn't it weird that one of the towns that had the most sundrop trees was destroyed?
Yes, I do feel like that was an act of terrorism. In a
Perhaps
way.
it's sending a message for Hoa. If anything, maybe it
And I
goes
will-
deeper than that.
Fully detail the entire vision to the party, just so everyone's on the same page.
If I tap my little seeker wrist thing, do I get any pings for Ladar besides the usual suspects? Jeez, hand.
You do get a ping. The map.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, interesting.
And
Well,
with that knowledge, the map appears extremely brittle and doesn't even appear magical. But you think that's possible.
It's connected to him.
I mean, if it's something, if it's
Maybe
an
he made
artifact
it.
of Ladar's, then there's no way tearing it up would work.
Mm-hmm.
Although at the same point,
So-
like if it did tear up, that might cause like an arcane explosion or something. So
Yeah.
you probably want to like investigate
Yeah.
further before fucking with shit. But
Seems fair. Although Clove did just freaking jump into the lake for no reason.
It wasn't for no reason. I saw everything we needed to see, and it was.
I
mean,
well, you can't
but-
blame the
but-
guy. He's a shark man. Sharkmen they don't see water that often. Not on the trail. Not since we're on the bridge.
He's a what?
He's a shark man. See, he's a shark man.
Yeah.
He's a shark man.
No, I'm aware.
Gil is a shark
when he
man.
He's a
happens to
were
be-
shark. Oh, gee, I didn't know such things existed. I will write this down. The guild will be very interested in this.
You're a
Oleandra is
Found-
so torn.
Shark.
She is so torn on whether to say anything or not.
But didn't
Do I?
question above board. Ladar is the one who made the floating cities, right?
Yes,
Like he did. Like
he
and then
designed
the
that
druids
technology. Yeah,
crushed those.
correct.
Oh, I have a thought.
What?
These druids are trying to get things that connect to Hoa. And now we understand through she and Clove's visions that they were intrinsically tied, most likely lovers. What if they are trying to get revenge on Ladar? Ladar clearly made the map and the area where we took the tests to keep the map safe. Those constructs were probably maybe a design of his own or others under him. What if they're trying to
About revenge.
do
but
something
I
to
think-
spite Ladar?
I mean, Ladar's been dead for years, darling. I feel like it might be more.
Is he though?
So theoretically, anyway. But
I mean, she and Marlowe have heard his voice.
yes, but that was inside some sort of enchantment. Yes.
I did what now?
Oh, she and Clove. Pardon, not yet. My bad.
But
I
also-
would say, based on your
I hear my
guys'
cousin's
general
voice.
knowledge, the Great Collapse occurred. Well, there's two things that would be pertinent here.
Mhm.
One, Ladar disappeared long before the Great Collapse happened. And then two,
Mhm.
as what you learned at least was the Great Collapse occurred because the Druids were severely unhappy with the amount of resources the Flying Cities were just taking from the Earth and basically like sucking the Earth dry of all of its resources that even the Druids could not like fix it.
Yeah.
So it was there were most of the Druids were on the like, okay, we need to, barter. We need to come up with a solution that works for everybody, with us down here and the people in the floating cities. We need to come to, a symbiotic relationship where we're not just like taking things from each other to this degree. Because eventually, if the Earth, if the land dries up of all resources,
Yeah.
the flying cities aren't going to work then either. The flying cities required resources from the land in order to exist. It was the Cult of Whispers at that time. It was just another druidic tribe, the Mons tribe, that took it upon themselves for a radical course of action.
That goes into my other theory too. And Dimitri will look at Oleandra. What if Ladar orchestrated the whole thing?
Collapse.
Exactly. Paired with the Mons tribe. Motivated them to take action. After all,
Why would he?
How would
why
they
would he?
know?
Why would he do that though?
That does seem
Who's
to be
n-
against his motivations.
If he designed the flying cities, surely he could just and he was an archmage. He could just fucking, as far as the stories I've heard of Ladar, he could, if he wanted, he could be a one man. Just like blow up the cities himself.
who
I would
knows?
think
It's merely
think-
conjecture and theory, but why is this cult so obsessed with Hoa's? The location's tied to Hoa. That
I mean,
would
I-
be
Druids,
intrinsically tied
their
to
patron
Ladar.
goddess is Hoa.
Yes. So that makes sense because the druids were maybe they're trying to find some way to revive her.
I think I read in a book somewhere that the Druids began as clerics to Hoa, but then after, she disappeared or whatnot, they connected to the land instead.
I don't know.
I'm glad we kept him around.
Yeah, I'm more so theorizing, but I think Ladar has more to do with this than.
No, absolutely. It's not. I'm not discounting you entirely. I just think maybe that particular thought isn't correct. But I think you're onto something here.
Who knows? Could be.
Well, that said, do we have any more business here? Or are we going to have to find some sort of key?
We'll have to find the key, it looks like.
Does it look like there's any statues or anything like we saw at the previous place?
It
Or-
does not.
The dais down there is where you would put the key.
Goddess, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I've had my eye on the whole time, but I don't think anything's procced specifically.
On the dais, on the dais, on the dais, on the dais.
Well,
on the
I can
dais.
send a missive out to the Adventurers Guild, see if anyone's found any sort of key like artifact.
I suppose. For now, we should probably reconvene with the caravan if there's nothing else we can do here.
All right.
This was the closest
That's
location.
probably a good idea.
Yes. Good
Is
job,
We
the
can
She
talk
for
with
finding it.
Sebastian.
Marla, what were you
Is
saying?
Location, I was asking, is this location on the map?
This location is on the map that you guys got from Diego.
Okay, and I can guess which of the, like, I can triangulate where this is on the map is if there isn't like a marker.
Yeah, you can mark this on your actual map that you use day to day as a location that you can then find whenever you want.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, you specifically got an item that lets you do that.
Cool. Good to know.
So yeah, once you leave this place and roll survival checks or whatever, you won't have to do that again. You'll just know how to get here and leave from here.
Okay. Second thing, is it the sap of the trees that they use to refill
The flowers.
The flower.
The flowers. Okay. I was gonna prune a couple flowers off of if there are any. He's gonna try.
There's plenty.
Cool. Third thing, I guess. Then, Marlo's gonna try and tap the tree with his knife and see if he can get some sap out of it.
Go
Sap,
ahead.
I mean, in terms of like how someone would harvest sap for like syrup.
Sure. Go ahead and roll
Your tree explodes.
Roll me a nature check.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna do these. Oh, but dirty 20.
Yeah, you dig your knife in to see if there's any sap. Like you haven't seen any sap in these trees before. But I mean, last time you saw them, you were just like, okay, we got to get these flowers and get out and report, what had happened. Digging your knife in, pulling it out, a sap-like substance begins to come out, and it comes out blue.
Blue. Is it a similar shade of blue to what a miasma victim would have in their eyes?
No. That's that kind of blue is a lighter. That blue, I'd say, is closer to like almost Speak
Purple?
with Dead, kind of
okay.
that effect. This
Okay.
is a. Well, actually, all of you, why don't you roll me? I'll say intelligence or a history check.
Yeah, I got some pretty miasma colored eyes. One now, because Marlo has the other.
Well, I have a little bit.
Yeah, yours is going away probably.
Does it go away? I thought it was permanent.
Let's
Is it
see.
permanent?
I thought so. I had like a little blue ring around my eyes now.
Clove with a 16. I would say you recognize the color. The color looks like the color of the amber crystals.
And that makes sense because it makes amber crystals basically, or powers them.
Yeah, I mean, amber comes from sap. Although,
Is it just me, or did everyone else think the amber crystals were gold?
Were
I thought they were gold.
Amber as well.
I thought blue. For some reason.
I
don't know why.
always said there were blue amber crystals.
Oh, I never
That's
realized
why-
you said they were
That's
blue.
why the ones
guess
that
that's
you've
how it works.
seen in
Yeah.
all the locations you've been have been blue crystals.
I guess I focused on the word amber.
blue
Yeah, I did
amber.
too.
Sure. Actually, blue amber does exist.
It does, but
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll
I believe you, I just
nod
wasn't
and say
like that.
it all checks out. That's what it's supposed to look like.
I was like,
Oh,
great.
weird. That's cool looking.
Am I able to harvest any of the sap into like a spare vial?
Sure. I'd say it would take some time. You could get
Yeah.
a sample, but like sap pours out slowly,
Yeah.
I'd say there's a little bit of a free pour when you first stab the tree. I'd say
But
if
that's
we're
still
talking
going.
about like
I mean, like an ounce, if that.
yeah, I'd say you could get an ounce, but probably not too much more than that.
Cool. I'll
Dare-
tuck that away, and
dare
then
you
I'll
to
lick my
taste
knife.
them. Yeah.
As you say that, Marlo's knife
never
is
mind.
halfway into his mouth.
Are you you're tasting it?
I'm just licking it off the blade. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me think. I gotta think. The things I wasn't prepared for this session.
Taste
One
the
Yeah.
second.
magic goose.
That's D&D for you.
I've seen the "Don't you put it in your mouth" PSAs. Marlo has
Mhm.
not.
Marlo does not care.
Joe's
it's like
just like,
poison
I
ivy.
wonder if it tastes like blueberry syrup.
Marlo is every Elder Scrolls
wouldn't.
protagonist where you have to discover herb properties by eating them.
Me. Okay.
Hmm.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
17.
Okay, that's good.
Doesn't taste great. You don't think it's gonna get you sick. It's not nasty enough that you need to spit it out. Turns your tongue blue briefly, you know.
Yeah, well, it's not. Doesn't taste great. Yeah, I was expecting a bit more, but yeah. All right. Well, I got my vial. I'll tuck that in.
But wait, you're glowing.
Huh?
Don't mess with him like that.
Well,
No,
he's glow.
oh.
He's glow. Well, you
I'll
do
cast
look
the light spell.
look
I do
radiant
feel
today.
good.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's sitting over here. I can do that too.
It's okay, Demi. I know you're special.
No, I'm just a little battle hungry. Didn't.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's makes sense. I guess that. Well, I guess this is assuming. Did you guys or Clove? Did you shared with everyone that it looks like the blue amber crystals?
Yeah, I said, yeah, it looks about right. It's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, Dio was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's from the same tree that protects us or whatnot. And there is like an aura of protection here. So like in this, even though you guys have your lanterns here, they don't need to be doing anything right now because these trees, at least in this localized area, are offering protection from the miasma in a very small area. Like once you leave this like clearing, then no longer. But it's crazy how much they must need to make these crystals that protect us. It's a lot of sap.
Huh.
As far as I
It's so
know,
many-
those crystals are manufactured, right? There's like arcane runes and shit.
Man, I feel like you're an exposition machine.
I don't know. He said it was emerald crystal. Like it makes sense.
Yes.
But I don't think there's much more here aside from the trees.
Yes. I think we should rejoin. For now, maybe we'll come across some monsters in a field, and I can use my new skills.
All right, so you guys are gonna go back to the caravan.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, you guys will have to play a bit of catch up. Roll me some survival checks to make sure you don't get horribly lost.
You said survival?
Ooh,
Survival.
roll a 2.
Ooh, okay.
Nothing again, me.
Uh,
Hey, I actually rolled it once.
Yeah, she is able to lead everybody out of the clearing and back onto the road. It takes you guys kind of like 3 days to catch back up, but you're able to do so. And then you complete the final leg of your journey, arriving to back
in
home
Boringburg.
to Campion. So one moment give me 1 moment here. Let me load that map.
No.
And I'll give
you
us
do
some
not get one moment.
some more exposition.
You gotta leave the DMPC behind. No, we're gonna get him a nice job. We're gonna get him set up with Sebastian. Even though I totally think Sebastian's evil.
He's not evil. What are you talking about? He's so not evil. He's totally evil.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not-
totally evil. He's totally the one that got the
Stupid
mayor
token's
killed.
still wrong. Why is your token?
I don't
Hold
know.
on,
it
I'm
gave
fixing
me
your I'm
perms.
fixing your token. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So after months of traveling, the Grand Caravan.
Felt like a few weeks.
Well, it probably went by. Shut up. The Grand Caravan has arrived back at Campion. And the entire town is outside awaiting your arrival.
You got confetti.
Yeah, I mean they have like streamers and like welcome Mayor Donsinger, things like that. The entire town is waiting outside for your arrival. Grand Caravan's kind of hard to miss. They could easily have someone like on lookout, be like, hey, they're a day away, or something like that.
Yeah.
The mayor's carriage, which normally was in the rear of the caravan, now leads it as you come into view of the town. And as you arrive, you see your friends, rivals, ex-employers are all happily waving and cheering. You see Sebastian's hands begin to glow as he throws magical fireworks into the air, welcoming your guys' return. The only individual who is not clapping or cheering is Lysander Hamill, the town's protector. He has a dour, grim look on his face, with his sword, Claire, unsheathed. This is the first time you guys have seen the sword unsheathed. And you've seen like the hilt and the stone that's on the end that seems to have Claire's soul trapped within it. But the blade itself is pristine steel that has what look to be arcane runes that are cut through the steel itself going down. So it has like these weird holes through the sword itself going all the way down in these different runes.
This was a new day, correct? Or
yes. It's been full long rest. Yeah, you're good. You guys, you're coming back home. You're kind of leading the caravan, and you walk alongside the Donsinger carriage as it comes to a halt just outside the walls where everyone here is. And the carriage door opens, and like a blur, Mayor Donsinger, now in full battle attire, flies out and charges Lysander, who comes to meet her. Lysander, like as Donsinger darts out, he immediately grabs. Stop it! He immediately.
You want to share those potions with the class club?
He takes his sword. Claire spins around almost like he's doing a discus throw and throws the sword high up into the air. Right after he does that, pulls out two hand axes at his side just in time to meet the fists of Insatra Donsinger. And you can hear and feel the impact of these fists against these axes that he's blocking her attacks. And you remember the damage that she dealt to the bandits, and you can see Lysander's feet sink a little bit lower into the earth from the impact, and so a push blow after blow that Lysander's blocking with his hand axes, and then like lightning from the sky, the sword Claire streaks down, forcing Donsinger to jump back and catch the blade in the sky with her hands, which gives Lysander the opportunity to begin the assault himself, which he begins not only slashing with one of his hand axes, throwing the other, which has a boomerang effect. So you see Donsinger blocking all of these blows with her shin or her wrist and protectors, as well as kicks with her shin. So like triple blows, blocking everything, going back and forth. Let's see. Yeah. So the Blanca, it's just they they don't appear to be holding back. Finding an opening, Donsinger rushes back into the melee with Lysander just as he has his axes ready to attack or block. And Claire, the sword, is rushing from behind. And just as that's about to happen, a giant fireball erupts between them that they are able to easily dodge out of the way. And you see as the fireball spell explodes, trails off from there like little like swirly snakes and like flashes of sparkling light, like, you know, fireworks and stuff. Twists and embers rocket past. They go through you guys as well as through the fellow townspeople who are watching. And that's when Sebastian starts clapping and walks out. Oh, what an amazing and coordinated display of martial prowess. Our city may as well have 2 protectors. Everyone give them a hand. All of you guys can give me...
Like, help him, like...
Yeah,
that was not
give me... All of you can give me insight or arcana. They will tell you 2 different things. You can pick one or the other. I would say insight is more important, but arcana will give you important stuff too.
Not roll for trash today.
Yeah, same here. I've gotten a few goodies.
I haven't rolled over 10.
Yeah,
I've been
but you
rolling
have just like
crap.
insane additions.
Let's see. Okay, so insight we got 20. Arcana we did not hit the DC. Here's what I can do. Basically, like I said, the Lysander and Don, they were not holding back, and you think if Sebastian had not stopped the fight, it would have ramped up even further until one of them mortally wounded or killed the other. Sebastian was definitely the one that cast the fireball and then the illusion spell that followed, and was in very quick succession. Like, it wasn't, you know, it was faster than just, you know, an action per turn, if that makes sense. But that's all I can say about that. Yeah, and you don't think for a minute that the fireball spell would have hit or hurt if it somehow did hit Lysander or Don Singer. It was it seemed to be like the easiest way to separate them, because, you know, fireball is like that, you know, that's gonna hurt if it hits you. So they forced them to back up and allowed Sebastian to get in the way. Because you guys, at least one of you made the insight check, if somebody wants to help Sebastian with his performance, because, you know, the town seeing this is just like, what the fuck is going on? So anyone who'd like to, if someone would like to roll performance,
probably should be me. Probably should be me.
Let him suffer.
This is only if you want to help.
He's my boss.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
we're self-employed.
I would say you join in. You like reiterate what Spencer was saying. Like, oh yeah, you know, the weeks of planning by sending spell. Oh my god. So, you know, so the town's like, oh, okay, like, you know, that was shocking to us, but that works. You know, they all clap. Lady Dawnsinger, sort of, you know, backs up now, and snaps her fingers, and as she does so, her battle attire immediately disappears and is replaced with a lovely slim emerald dress with gold rivets.
But it's so cool.
Nice.
Cast off armor, y'all.
And so she
immediately, I want to be her when I grow up.
Yeah, this would be similar to Izzy in our offline game. Your ring of quick change.
My ring.
I
wish I had a real life, man.
Right. She appears to quickly compose herself. She runs her hair, you know, pushing her hair back into place before turning to the citizens of the town. She addresses everyone now. My name is Lady Insatra Dawnsinger of the Royal House of Dawnsinger. I am here today appointed by His Eminence, the great Lord Emperor Theron Ladar, to be from this point forward mayor of the city of Campion. I come bearing a royal sword of the Emperor engraved with this very decree. And you guys see Jeeves step forward with this very elegant box, like mahogany box, which he opens and, you know, raises carefully over his head for everyone to see. And you guys would see a sword very similar to the one that you saw in the mayor's house that decreed Lyle Craven as the mayor. from back in session 1. And Dawn Singer continues her speech saying, I humbly and graciously accept this position and pledge to you, citizens of Campion, that as your mayor, I will guide our city through a new era of prosperity. I will offer a gentle hand to those in need and swift judgment to those who would betray our emperor and our great city. I pray that Solrata guides me as she has guided our glorious emperor and all the emperors before him. I look forward to our time together as we go on this journey. Long live Emperor Theron Ladar. And everyone, says, "Oh, long live the Emperor!" Like, cheers! Like, yeah!
Yeah.
Everyone claps. Sebastian grabs Lysander and Keeper Ariel and brings them all forward to greet the new mayor. Sebastian, bows deeply, kisses her hand. Lady Keeper Ariel, this is an old person like, oh, hello there. You, like, who are you? Like, doesn't really know what's going on. Kind of shoot away quickly. Lysander manages to extend a hand to shake, and you see the most tense handshake of your life. Like, you're like, I really hope none of them like throw a punch or a weapon or something. And then Sebastian quickly like hurries, them all back away. And then from this point, there's celebrations, music's playing, and the grand caravan is allowed to enter the now city of Campion.
As Lysander's walking away, I'm gonna look at him as if we need to talk later.
He completely ignores you and disappears into the crowd.
Yeah, I'll chase him down. Like later.
Sure.
We'll catch him.
We're probably gonna be stuck here again for a while.
You see Sebastian after some greetings, some minor celebrations. The caravan's going through the town, getting situated. Sebastian takes the mayor and the mayor's family to show them their new home. And you don't follow them at this point, but you swear you can hear a mournful sob in the distance as Brenona realizes how small her new home is.
Bad.
What do you guys do in this time? Do you like talk to anybody in the town, make small talk, or do you just be like, we need to go back, we need to have a conversation with people, we need to go to, like, do you want to go to the tavern? Like, what's next on your agenda in the immediate future?
I cannot remember, but was I supposed to like touch in with people here or on the road about, hey, my hunting contract was a little more than we expected? Was that supposed to be here in Campion?
You could probably do that here eventually. The Hunters Guild is slowly going to get set up. It's going to be a little bit before they're ready, but like you can like touch base. Probably now is not the best time for that because everyone's out. No one's really working right now. Everyone's kind of out, like small town party is kind of going on. But you guys would have a little bit of time to at least get situated, throw your shit back, in your homes, where you live, set things down.
Place that I live
dinky
in.
little places. And I would say after a little while, you guys.
Dimitri wouldn't have a Demi, you wouldn't have a place to stay, would you?
No, I live in a shack. That's where they put me when I came here.
Well, you can come stay with me if you'd like.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Winks.
Cute.
Can I have the shack?
Yeah, I mean, if you want it.
I mean, there's no one where else for me to stay.
As Sebastian's leading the mayor and the mayor's family away, Oleandre, you feel a little vibration in your pocket.
I pick up my cell phone. Yes, darling.
I'm going to just take care of this. If all of you want to meet me at the guild, we can catch up and discuss,
Payment.
everything that just happened.
I wanted my
Yeah.
money.
Yes, we can do that. Absolutely. I will let everyone else know what's going on. And we'll see you soon.
Wonderful. So
Anyone needs a place to stay, they can shack up at the Chateau Marlowe.
God, where do you
Yeah,
even
Jell and Marlowe could be roommates. That'd
Oh
be
my
hilarious.
god, that's the buddy cop comedy we don't want.
so I'm now going to load an updated Campion.
Kansas City.
Yes. Not too much is going to change. However, I did fix the ratios because if you remember, this place was fucking huge before.
It was wild.
There was
yeah.
the giant cat.
And it was because when
The
I
giant
upload
cat!
things that I make from Dungeondraft, it uploads twice as big as it's supposed to be, which I didn't realize when we first began our session because I didn't
Yeah.
put your tokens in until it already happened. And of course,
Too late.
Dimitri's token is wrong because why would it be right?
Foundry's just evil.
So I would say you guys quickly, set your shit down where you're staying, and then go to the Merchants Guild. And inside the guild, as you all convene there, you see Lysander Hamill sitting on a bench.
Alexander Hamilton.
Is he beat up? Is he got black eye?
No, he's fine. Although he does appear to be drinking something, and
Probably
you're
grumpy.
guessing it's a harder liquor.
Mm-hmm.
I apparently haven't taken a long rest in a while. I'm just doing that really quick.
Yeah, you might want to
no,
sleep.
take your long rest if you need them. You go back into the familiar Merchants Guild, and I'll just show you guys because I can. Brenona's not actually here, but she will be later. But you see your new giant fucking city crystal. Wow.
Wow.
It's huge.
Once it loads me in, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm almost in, yeah.
Oh, you guys aren't.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Nope.
it squeezes us in bit by bit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
at like 98% still.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
sitting
go
here.
ahead and hide the people who aren't here yet. Yes, now Big Jeff is now just Jeff, the cat.
Big Jeff. Oh, did someone finally remove the enchantment on Big Jeff? I guess he's just Jeff now.
Yeah.
He-
You
he's
eat one
still big in
enlarged potion and it gets
personality.
stuck in your system.
Well,
I
it's
can
a
cast
cat, so
enlarge on
it's
him if we
good.
want.
I do think that would be funny, but I think it also would be a waste
I'm
of
gonna make your
spell.
final boss fucking Big Jeff, and you guys, I'll make you
Yes!
regret that.
Hell yeah.
I love it so much. Let's do it.
He's been corrupted by the miasma.
No,
Big Jeff says, "Meow.
please.
You guys left me to go on to an adventure. I'm the abandoned one." Whoa!
No.
Yeah, do it.
You're like, it fits.
Speaking
The
of
lore, it
cats that
works.
speak, in Baldur's Gate 3, this is not a spoiler, but there's just a cat that asks if you're its mother, and it's the
Yep.
cutest.
I've heard of
freaking
the
thing.
cat.
I'm in love with this cat. I found it, and it's like, are you? a
I
rapper?" And I'm like,
love
"Yes!"
talking to the cats. The cats are the funniest.
I love how they did speak with animals in that game because each animal has like
That's how that
much going
company
on.
always does animals.
It's great. It made me happy. Plus, you get to like have a pet. I was dumb and missed the dog on my first run through.
Yeah, dog.
Oh no.
No,
I
I
know,
just
I
look at Lysander.
Yeah.
Hey,
I saw
buddy.
him, but I missed him.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
man.
enter the guild and you see Lysander Hamill just chilling here.
Hey, champ.
Hey,
I have
Lysander.
some-
Lovely to see
I
you
have
again
some-
after all this time.
I have some news for you about our mutual friend when you're ready.
Lysander says, I don't care.
That good,
Not
huh?
about Chadra then. Very well.
So yeah, you guys have a little bit of time before Sebastian comes in if you want to do
Can I
anything or try to
insight check
press.
Lysander?
Yeah, sure.
He seems very off.
He hates that woman.
No, he's probably just mad that
With a
Satra's here.
16 insight, let's say, yeah, he does not appear happy that Insatra is going to be their mayor. You know that Insatra was one of the people who, or probably actually that Insatra was the main person who trained him to become the town protector. So you don't. So they've spent probably a decent amount of chunk of time together, but you don't know more than that really.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, Sander, is there anything I can get you?
Gonna need more booze.
Oh,
Perfect.
falling
I
down
don't
the
think
wagon.
Great idea. I think it's off. Fallen off the wagon. Yes, darling?
Yeah.
Down is funny, although I like that. Hey, Marlo.
Huh.
Do you think you could get this nice man some more alcohol?
I'd assume he has a tab, so sure, and I'll start my way to the bar.
He'll. I was like, I don't want anything. He just goes over and like goes behind the desk and like rummages around until he finds a bottle.
Expensive
And
shit.
it's just like,
Good. Honestly, it's good for Sebastian to lose his shit every once in a while.
Yeah,
he
Sebastian
just
is
opens up
probably
a
busy
nice.
brown
He
nosing.
opens up a nice bottle of wine by just
Bopping the bottom of it somehow.
yeah. It's not. I wouldn't even call this sabering. This is just like takes his action just like it. The top ceases to exist, and then he just like pours it into his mouth. In big.
I don't
gulps.
think that's safe. Okay.
He's clearly upset.
I mean,
I'm fine.
yes, obviously.
No, you're not.
The most convincing I'm fine ever.
I'm
Take your
fine.
time, but you'll need to get back into gear at some point. With Sebastian out there brown nosing the new mayor,
He
it's
can
gonna be
spend as
chaotic.
much time as he wants. And he doesn't even like finish it. He just drinks more.
Disappointing.
Well, Lysander, for what it's worth, I'm sorry that she's here, but
Not yet, you're not.
oh, I guess we'll see. Her daughter's a real charmer. Being sarcastic, of course.
Bingle.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother to learn her name, to be honest. But she's a charming individual. Anything exciting happened while we were gone?
No, just the end of the world now that you're.
Oh, I've been described as a lot of things, but never an apocalypse. I'm
Not
flattered.
you.
In
I
such
know, Lysander. I'm just being me.
What's so wrong about her? She trained you. Did she not approve of what happened to you?
She's a monster.
How do you figure that?
I would say it's around this time Sebastian comes in. Like, why, hello, darlings. I'm sorry I didn't get to greet you better. Had to peacock for the
SMS.
mayor after all.
Yes, of course.
It gives you all hugs, kisses on the
Two
cheek.
kisses,
Yeah, 2 kisses for everybody. So glad you're all back. Oh, dreadfully dull without you. A little too exciting now that you're here. Lysander, I thought we talked about this. Also, that's mine. Where did you get that wine? That you didn't get that from the tavern. Give me. It's sort of like fighting over the bottle. Like, did you cut off the top? Did you cut off the? This is nice. She's like, fine. You know what? I don't need it spilled on my nice clothes. I paid a good deal of money for the. Fine, you can have it. What the fuck is going on, Lysander? I know. He turns to you guys. I assume we basically know the same information. The mayor trained lovely Lysander to be the amazing warrior that he is, and barring that, I mean, nothing else. Unless
Is she's a monster? Is what he just said? Why?
Yeah,
Just...
that is what he said. She's a monster, and it's the end of the world now that she's here.
Oh, I see. Well,
Care to elaborate?
that's unfortunate. Uh,
It's a light way of saying
Lysander
that.
will say no, and then he takes like a deep gulp of wine and says, "Maybe." Oh, I see how this works. Oh, fine. This is, there's a celebration after all. Write it off as town expenses for the party. And gives Lysander another bottle of wine. I suppose. What he like kind of, and then Sebastian looks at his rings like, what restoration is it? I always forget to fix this because I'm also close. He also waves his hand and closes the door. And he turns to you and says, "In case you don't know, the town protector getting drunk is a big no-no. So
Yes.
this, unless you want our dear friend to be fired, this stays, between us.
Understood.
However, to get some answers, he gives him another bottle. I can fix this after. It's fine.
And we can take care of any issues if they come along at the moment. So
Also, when are we getting our payment? Not to be impatient on that end, but
what? Which payment?
from Insatra.
Oh, the
know
mayor
about any of
is paying you. Oh yes, I think Oleandra told me something about. Well, I would say next time you see her, bring it up.
Wasn't sure because you're so up in her business that you would know or not.
I don't believe I was up in. Whose
He
business was I up?
smirks knowingly.
Whose
The
business
mayor's.
was I up? I would never prying into people's business.
Clearly.
He says as he tips Lysander's wine bottle a little higher so more goes down. I would never pry into anyone's business.
also, oh God,
unrelated.
What was her
Unrelated.
name at the brothel again? What was her name?
Luscious.
Luscious sends her regards, by the
Oh,
way.
Luscious. Adore her. She's
The feeling does seem
she's
to
a
be
smart
mutual.
cookie, that one. Always
She
have a
is.
good time at Luscious.
Oh, we had an exceptionally interesting time at Luscious's
Yes,
for many reasons.
so I was told.
Mhm.
But at least you got the best digs.
Yes. Oh, it was fantastic. It was quite fun. Thank you for the experience.
Lysander finishes downing the bottle of wine, just like throws it against like the cabinet or the counter near you, Oleandra, and like then like cuts off the next bottle and takes a swig before saying, that bitch was the cruelest taskmaster who trained the protectors. She would launch attacks and assaults at all hours. She would break bones and mortally wound her pupils without hesitation. Weakness in her eyes had to be cold. I mean, you know how many people go in trying to become protector? Hundreds. Somehow I got out. Training with her, we were in a state of constant paranoia and fear. She had no qualms about using your own family, your loved ones, as bait or targets or whatever, because we had to show that no matter what happened, that we would protect the town, the city, above all else.
Sounds about right.
I mean, I got some training from her, and she didn't seem that bad.
Well, she wasn't,
To get results,
she wasn't
it
training
takes a
you
lot.
to be me. She was making you less worse. No offense. It just takes more. Just takes another this week.
I'm just built different, so whatever. All right.
Lysandra, this sounds like a lot of a built-up trauma.
That's an understatement.
Well, it's the best word I have.
But mark my words, that woman's a psycho. So
Like
I don't know
thinking over this,
what age
that
of
we-
prosperity is going to come to Campion. It's going to
just like thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go
Just
ahead.
thinking over the interactions that we've had with her. Like, have I noticed anything weird or strange about her?
The strangest thing would be just like she's just really calm all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfazed, seeming. Like,
Yeah,
she seems
unfazed.
Like,
Like,
a very unfazed
even
person.
you know, in her bout with Lysander that you witnessed, you know, she went from that extreme focus of combat to, you know, oh yes, I'm your mayor. Hello, you know,
Emotionally detached, possibly.
yeah.
Okay.
Like the most emotion you saw from her was when she was scolding her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But even that was more of a being firm than being, you know, than anything else, than like any other raw emotion. It was just like, you know, from her, it just felt scarier.
Yeah.
Sebastian would say, I see, Lysa. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was so traumatic for you.
I look at him.
Well,
I just give him
I
some look.
knew there was some bad blood between them, but I didn't know, like, you know, she would attack, you know, family and stuff. And Sebastian said, I was one of the lucky ones. I didn't have a family for her to attack. Probably why I was the only one that got through in my class.
Wait, she
I
attacked
don't know what you
people's
call it.
families?
She'd put them in danger. Make us choose between, you know, protecting them versus, you know, there was a book I read, you know, similar of a boy spider who had to choose between saving a caravan and the woman spider that he loved. So basically, it's like it would get put like out of character, like the Spider-Man choice, you know, save the bus of people falling, or Mary Jane, Gwen, whatever, you know, that sort of thing. Making sure that you have to pick, you know, to say you have to pick the town over your own interest, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where most people failed. I managed to keep Claire hidden. It helped that our relationship didn't start until after I was already enrolled. And I kept it as hidden as possible. I don't know. There's some part of me that's paranoid enough because of her to think that she poisoned Claire and put me down this path. Sebastian,
You come up with
at
more
this
theories
point,
than
Sebastian
I do.
is like very serious at this point. Do you think that is honestly what happened? Lysander, like, I don't know. No, probably not. But the fact that it's not, the possibility's not zero should tell you something.
That sounds awful.
But is this now the time to wallow in this pit or act, honestly?
What's there to act? He like just drinks more and there's nothing left. And I'll tell
Then
you,
leave. go on your own journeys. If you think she has this covered, do it as you want.
Abandoning my post would put a mark on my head. Immediate.
It's better to die standing for what you want than under the foot of someone you do not care for.
Well, I'll tell you. He turns to Sebastian and says, "I'll tell you this: if I have to look over my shoulder because of her, then I will leave. Just disappear. Yeah, people will hunt me down, but I'll probably kill a lot more of them before they can get me.
Well, with how you're
I
drinking,
will do my best to mediate between you two. Surely, our mayor will have more things to do than attack our town protector, who's graduated, or I don't know what they call what you did. You're not a student anymore, is what I mean, Lysander. I don't think, although she did attack you as she entered, so maybe this is not the best argument on my part. But I don't think she'll do it again. He says with
It would be a rather poor look for her.
I agree with Oleandra. It's one thing to do it once. Maybe she's just making sure you still had the killer instinct in you. And he kind of does the bro kind of punch in the very slow bro punch in the shoulder. And Lysander just kind of moves and topples over on the bench. It's just like, my life is over.
yeah, with how you keep drinking, you're just gonna waste away. So
Well,
much for a mighty paladin.
I'll fix that once we get all the details.
Yes.
This is the most Lysander's ever talked about his past, other than Claire. But so this is
True. I
just
was going to
take
say
it in.
she does seem rather concerned about her reputation, so I doubt she'll do something like that again.
Perhaps there's even, I don't know if there, and you'd probably be the one that'd have to help me with this, Lysander. Is there anyone in the capital I could contact to, get something in writing that says leave our town protector alone?
I've got a direct line to the master of the tonekeepers.
Well, I don't think that's impressive. We need to talk about that, but no, I don't think that
we
is
don't.
is
Fine.
what, fine. What a
Don't worry about it.
that I have questions, but for later. He's like, I don't think there's any. All right, well, I will then do my best because I don't want you to abandon your post. Obviously, I've grown quite fond of you, Lysander. He kind of pinches his cheek, and Lysander, you just see the nothing behind his eyes right now. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions for talking Lysander before I fix him up?
No, drag him away. He's kind of disappointing to me now.
Well, no, I'll just restoration the drunkenness away.
That's the restoration. He'll be fine.
No, he can't leave. He can't leave here.
Can't leave like this.
Yes, no. If they see that, then it'd be considered a abandonment of this. Even this would be considered abandonment of duty. So,
oh yes.
tight lips, please.
No, but I look at Lysander. I have information on Chadra. It might be pertinent to you if you care.
Well, that sounds interesting. And he will restoration Lysander, who kind of blinks for a second. He stands up, sits back down. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry.
You're simply
I
human.
thought I would be ready for this. But the moment she charged out, it all came flooding back then. You were saying something about Chadra.
Yes, I have information on Chadra. Namely, what she did to me.
Well, let's hear it.
She created me and others as an experiment, trying to create those who could go out into the miasma, using biomancy and the like. Clovis entered as as a member of her organization, and
Really?
my whole
Yeah.
life was a lie.
Honestly,
Turns
I'm
out.
kind of regretting it now that it's like a month later. But
You got some good powers out of it, though.
Clove, when
I
you
haven't-
Clove, when you left here, you were kind of a coward.
I
It takes
don't know how to take that.
Like the word is sheepish.
I will like
Get the
fuck-
fuck out. Get the
I will
fuck out.
fuck
Go
Marla.
home. You're out of this campaign. Never again. God. And I'm
Very
so
good.
mad that
Bravo.
I didn't think of that. I'm so mad. Lysander
Good call out.
Lysander will say, you voluntarily getting closer to this woman, which will, for our benefit, is
Exactly.
incredibly brave.
Yeah, and I look at
How to
Lysander,
blow up.
and yes, my whole life was a lie. Turns out, they
He
Messed with my
offers you
mind.
the rest of the wine that he was drinking that he's not drinking anymore. You can have this.
Ugh, thank you. I pass it to Sebastian.
Well,
But
I can't. He cut the top off. I can't put a stopper on this. Well,
And
it's
give it
fine.
to
I'll
me.
drink it. I'll drink it.
I mean,
But
I could get some glasses. I guess. Let me get some.
I'd rather not
no,
drink that.
she had.
Also, how did
people-
you know I kept the good wine behind my desk and not on the wine rack?
I
Who
did
would
not
look
tell him.
behind the
Predictable.
desk when there's a wine rack? How did
But
you?
You never buy off the rack.
You've been
Yeah.
friends for too long.
But I look
Clearly.
at Lysander. She modified my experience as being trained as a blood hunter. I was part of the program. Others like me who failed were made bodyguards and assassins and things like this. And clearly, she had me on some kind of mission, and that's where I went off the rails. She thought me dead until recently.
Well, then
But
how
she's-
did you break out of her control?
My other guy, there's a part of me that's deeper and darker. Part of me infused with the flames, the miasma.
You might have to have a conversation with this individual. Seems like you two might need each other.
Clearly. But she knows who I am. She invites me to challenge her. And I think with Clove's help and his bravery, there might be a way to take care of her. Slowly but surely, I don't know. If there's anything you could think of, I'm all ears. First, I'm starting with mind games, screwing her over. They want to buy my home. I offered it to the Seekers.
Why do they want to buy your home?
I'm not sure. Apparently, her organization and the Seekers have all been interested in properties.
It could be some
I
sort
mean,
of
do you have any?
planet.
Do you have any family?
My father, well, my adopted father, he's not truly my blood. I found out I don't know who my parents are, and I want to find that out too. Might explain why I am the way I am. What caused
Take
an
it
accident.
from me. Your family is the one who raised. I couldn't say that better myself. I was a little street urchin until a merchant took me under his wing.
Yeah, just it's difficult to understand.
Well,
Most of your life is a lie.
How did you convince your father not to sell?
I didn't. He was adamant. It's where my mother was buried, and it's where the forge used to be after we lost a little bit more.
Well, at least you have some sort of foundation to rely on. I'm sure your father's supportive.
He
You
doesn't
both
remember
seem to be-
anything.
Doesn't remember anything.
Dementia, drinking. Clearly. That or who knows, maybe he's been messed with in his mind too.
Now that you've said that out loud,
Oh.
you suddenly think, if they wanted your home that badly, and it seemed like they were very interested, they were willing to do it to you, why not somebody else?
It's face
And
bombs.
that's where we'll end the session.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh
Oh, man.
man.
There was a
But
medicine
how's
Plot
check
thickens.
that episode.
Yeah, we
that-
failed it. That's right.
That you rolled low on. And it's just like, just dementia.
But how's
But
the
now that
potion
you've said it
master
out
doing?
loud, yeah. Well,
Yeah, we gotta talk to Addie at some point.
a lot happened this episode. More than I thought was going to happen this episode. And to think, y'all would not have even gotten to see the place, that sheltered grove, unless you stopped the druid from escaping. Because if he, the moment he felt in danger, he was just going to run away, and he was going to easily get
Yeah.
away. But
Not for Marlo.
you guys fucking insta
Marlo
fucking
bodied
murdered
that guy.
Yeah, you bodied him. So I was just like, okay, I guess they have the map.
The
And
plot thickens.
I love it.
Yes. I will say, going into next episode, we're gonna do a small time skip. We're gonna go ahead in the future a couple months. So think about what your characters might be doing in the meantime. You guys are gonna get paid. I think you guys get 2K each.
Ooh.
So think about what you might want to do with that gold. Feel free to message me with your ideas if you have something specific. Here, and actually maybe let's load the updated Campion City Map 2. Although actually, do you guys even have tokens on this map? Oh, I will pull your tokens onto this map and load it so it loads faster for the next time. And you can see that this map, actually, there are some differences. Mainly, remember that shack in the market? Those are gone. There's a new
They
building
franchised.
They instead use that space to build a little house/guarding station or whatever you want to call it, for the teleportation sigil. So I'll just load that so you guys, it'll load faster for you guys next time. Save a little bit of time, but yeah, a lot of interesting things this session. Another Skunky, I'm not going to let roll ever again.
Yeah.
Three nat 20. Yeah, you didn't roll that many times this. You rolled maybe 10 times, 12 times, something like that. And you got 3 nat 20s.
Yeah, I got 2 natural ones right after each other. So
yeah, you're supposed to get that.
My brain's so big.
Your brain,
the new book.
Brain's too big.
The dice just really want us to know all of the lore.
The dice just really want to humble me for having such good rolls as Coral, my other character. and having very good offline luck. When I roll dice in real life, oh my god, doing so well. Roll a dice online? No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I hope you didn't mind me taking charge on the lake situation. It
We're
just seemed
fine,
like
I just thought
I-
it was
fine.
That was
I could not get in that water, or I would have been doomed because I'm
I thought
wearing
you were gonna
heavy
die, but
armor.
That
it was
just
funny.
seemed like I had the tools to do it. So
no,
you know,
absolutely. That was
Like you can breathe underwater. That was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like not knowing exactly what you guys are capable of in many ways, because then there's the desire sometimes as a DM where it's just like, oh, because I knew you guys did not have what you needed to get into that area, to get
Look,
further.
we could over this time skip. That's stuff we could be looking into is
Absolutely,
gathering
yeah.
information, and yeah, I think it's a good time for us to all learn things. Dimitri at that point, Dimitri will be a year older, probably, because
Oh
it's
boy.
been almost a year since in-game time. From if I'm thinking
Oh.
correctly.
Yeah.
But I like not knowing what you guys can do, because then you can surprise me
Yeah.
in ways that is really fun and thrilling. So
I just really want to do something to fuck with Jet. Because in my headcanon, he's my ex-boyfriend, and that's why I hate him so much.
Mm.
oh really?
Yeah, that's why I hated him.
There we go.
But
I love
now
that.
it's
not
canon.
like, yeah.
Well, let me
Maybe
tell
he
you,
gets jealous of Dimitri.
there will be a Jet encounter next session.
Jet will be
Oh,
like,
boy.
what's your
Marlo,
intentions
where the
with
fuck are you
Oleandra?"
going?
I'm exploring. I have 2 months to explore. I'm
Shut
exploring.
the fuck, you stupid.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Come back.
Fucking
Yeah, no,
stupid.
Oleandra has a new live-in boyfriend, so
I love that.
God.
it's really cute.
Yeah. So think
He's
about
got
things
it.
you might want to buy, purchase, or do, and then yeah, you guys will. Something tells me there might be a little bit of a call to action next
The
session.
town's gonna blow up. Got it.
No.
Can you imagine?
But who knows? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yes, I made this. You got it. I made this updated map as a red herring, so that next
Yeah,
week
you never know.
that would be.
That would
something.
be a power move.
Like, hold on.
I've done
maybe-
that.
Hold
I
on.
moved
Hold
up
on. I'm thinking
against
about it
you,
now. I'm
so-
thinking about it. Do I explode this town too?
Maybe don't.
Everybody's exploring. But yeah, very fun session. Very cool. A lot of interesting lore, and we're slowly tapping into some other big mysteries of the world that you guys are slowly figuring out.
Look, I'm working on my Ladar conspiracy theory board.
Oh yeah, there's lots of conspiracy boards you can be making.
Yeah, Dimitri, because Dimitri, like me, writes all of this down. Like anything that happens, it's in his books. So like he's probably like piecing together things he's thinking. Because I literally wrote in my book, why are they so obsessed with these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Well, that was a very fun episode. This episode was more fun than I thought it was going to be. It was thrilling. It was exciting. I loved it.
Thrilling even.
Thrilling even. Let's raid Boopbot.
Oh boy.
Raid, 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 raid.
I think I spelled that right.
Raid, 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 raid.
into more D&D.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
I wasn't creative enough to say what should we say?
Hee-haw.
No, that's just
No.
whatever you
No.
want. Just emote.
Howdy do.
All right. Goodbye.